Welcome to the Inglorious Bards. We are coming to you live on twitch.tv every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. This is Adventure 46. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you here. If you want to check out this video, you can check it out on YouTube, on Twitch. You can also listen to us on every podcast in the known world. Check out all of that and much more on our website, ingloriousbards.com. So we recently, last week, just had our 110th random episode celebration, celebrating 3 seasons and 110 adventures we've been on. It was great. It was fun. I highly recommend checking that out once Tim posted it. And it's absolutely great. Someone posted a question on there saying, why do you have Jeremy always do the recap every single time? It would be great to have someone else do it to get a different perspective on how things go. And I thought that sounded like an excellent idea. And since we just had a landmark change there of that celebration, we're going to shake things up and we're going to get a recap of our last adventure, Adventure 45. And this time we will have it given by Jeremy. Jeremy, go ahead and give us the recap, please.
Thanks, Tom. It's nice to do this for the first time. I'm very excited. Okay, so we to start with, we found out maybe that Raineth attacked Edlin home. It could have been a vision. It could have been an actual thing happening, but the script made it seem really, really bad. Good thing Portmer was there and shot him with a golden arrow that probably banished him. But we don't actually know that, if that actually happened, because all of the defenders were up north. They had just come out of defeating their own great beast, a dragon, Vodak the White. And with some visions that Master Yaru received from a crystal shard, we started heading northeast to follow the directions of what was going to be happening out of that. And up north, it was a miserable storm that we were traveling through up until we encountered a slush wall. It appeared there was a lot of melting snow hitting some sort of a barrier. We were able to pass through it and found that there was a not bad weather part of the forest. It seemed like it was actually summer in there, with the exception of the fact that there was this great ice geyser coming out of the middle and creating a weird canopy that seemed all the storm was pouring out and around. While we were investigating, Xander fell down holes. Sildren got shot at by an arrow, and we found out that the guy shooting the arrows was another gnome. It was an underground gnome named Dwick. Dwick apparently had been a slave of the Colium guard and was forced to feed them food. Well, he decided to work with us because Sildren is very convincing, and we went to the lake where he drops the food off, which had a giant hole in it, the same hole that ice shaft was coming up and out of. After some investigation and some flying and floating around by Master Yaru, he found that not only is this ice shaft coming straight out of the middle of this lake with a perfectly made hole in the middle of it, but there was actually an outcropping as well. And that if we were very careful, we could get down and actually get into where this ice blast is coming out of, and possibly where the Colium guards come from as well. Dwick informed us of the bites that we found out about, these tentacled black creatures that actually lived in the water. We learned to not go in the water the hard way for Palik and Piercy. But the rest of us were able to get out over the top, feather fall our way down in if we couldn't fly, and made it inside the lake. And now going into this icy tunnel. That's where we left off. That's where we're going next. So without any further ado, thanks again for letting me do the recap for the first time. Let the adventure begin!
Our heroes explore a very deep lake known as the Endless Pond. They explore not in a boat, not even swimming, but rather within the lake itself. They have descended through a magical hole out in the middle of the lake, 50 feet down. There, they have found a dry corridor of ice leading through the lake beneath the water. Standing on a floor of ice with walls of water on the sides, the heroes marvel at this surreal location.
This place is amazing! Weird! Super odd! Cold! And it looks like it'll flood and drown us at any second! But still, amazing!
Everyone, keep your weapons at the ready. Who knows what lies at the end of this corridor?
A huge column of snow and ice blasts down the middle of this corridor. The heroes stand to either side, being careful not to get caught in the cold. The snow blast doesn't relent. It continuously shoots past them and then angles up the vertical opening in the lake and out into the sky.
It is clear that something powerful awaits us down this hall. Something cold, something dangerous.
An ill-tempered white dragon, perhaps.
Master Yaru nods as he leads the way further down the corridor. Sildren lags behind and peers through the floor of ice, down into the further depths of
Hey,
the lake.
Sildren! Uh-oh, I've seen that look before. What's the matter, Sildren? Sildren, what is it? Don't sit there and be quiet. You tell me what it is.
I'm sorry, I was thinking it's nothing. Maybe nothing. Maybe something. You know that deep sound I heard earlier?
Oh yeah, you mean the terrifying rumble that you said sounded like a kraken, but totally couldn't be a kraken because kraken don't live in lakes, and everyone knows that krakens aren't even real?
Well, yes, that sound. Well, when we first arrived, there was dark blue water far beneath this ice floor. So, now there's a huge dark formation down there. Like a mountain shifted before us, or something very large down there.
Well, that doesn't sound completely terrifying. No need to panic. No one to panic. Just everyone stay calm and nobody look down through the ice. Come on, Yelena. You take my hand. Let's catch up with the others.
Xander, you're pulling too hard. You're hurting me. And is your hand trembling?
What? No, don't be silly. What does Sildred know about horrific mountain-sized sea creatures anyway? Just keep moving in. Any more questions?
The heroes continue down this surreal corridor with a floor and ceiling of ice and walls of flowing water. With the blast of ice and snow down the center of this hallway, the heroes can just make out strange shrieking sounds from up ahead. So, again, it's a very odd visual location. You are inside a very deep vertical lake. You are in a corridor. Ceiling and floor are cold ice. The walls on the left and right are water that just slowly goes down, like maybe some cool high-tech lobby might have a fountain, in their lobby, just that rolling water. You can reach out your hand and dip it into the water, and it's cool. The ice is cold, and you've got in between you this funnel of ice and snow blasting out. It's a little loud, and then this cord just goes and 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 goes. Behind you is this vertical shaft in the water, and then just keeps going. And up ahead, somewhere down there, you hear this shrieking sound. Oh, and then the shaft behind you also continues to go down. It goes up and it goes down even further.
Can you elaborate on the shrieking?
Sure.
I want you to elaborate on the shaft.
No, it's this shrill, angry noise.
Does it sound more like it's being made by a person or by...
Sounds non-humanish.
Can we get a perception / dragonkin Colium lore check to see if that sounds like one of the dragonkin that we've heard before?
You have the dragonkin lore, is that right, Yarl?
I do have Colium dragonkin lore. As
Make
one
a
of my
lore roll for that.
skills. Will. That's a 19, so that's a 39 total.
Nice.
With a 39, you absolutely know that is not a dragonkin sound.
It's definitely not the soldiers. We have to be extra careful.
I mean, it's probably not a kraken, right? Because krakens aren't even real, right, children? So it wouldn't be anything like that. Because why would anyone think that? Because that would just be weird. Let's keep going, please.
What's going on with you, Xander? You're making a lot of fuss. Are you okay?
Yelena pulls you around, Xander, and she kneels down to be eye to eye with you and puts her hands into your hands and says, Xander, look, I need you to calm down and take it easy because I'm panicking right now and I need you to reassure me. I've never been inside of a lake and now I'm hearing noises and I need you to show me strength right now. So just take it easy.
Meanwhile, Sildren's standing behind Yelena and just feel like,
Eyes, you cut it out. You know what I will do? This will make me feel better. I just need to cast a little spell. Just to make me feel a little bit better. Everyone get close. Everyone hold hands. Xander's gonna cast resist energy for a 7th level spell for the first time for the whole party. I can target up to 5 creatures. So it is not going to be himself, but Xander's going to target everyone else.
Well, wait, there are 8 of you.
Let's do the numbers on that one real quick.
6 heroes, Shunka and Yelena.
Shunka's in the water? How'd that happen? I didn't cast Featherfall on that thing.
Oh, you did.
Okay, Shunka's in the water. Okay.
trying to leave my worthless wolf behind.
Bali still has his rune of cold, which is 10. You're providing 15, so you could leave him out and still be reasonably protected.
That'll help a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna take Bali out. You're out. I'm not gonna do it for myself. You're fine.
Load it off the island.
And it's everyone else.
If you leave the wolf out.
No. Then yeah, you need one more out.
Don't,
Shunka does sad puppy dog eyes.
I mean,
Xander, don't leave yourself out.
A wolf?
This is intentional. I'm gonna hang out with Bali. That worked out well for me last time. Leaving Bali is bad for Xander.
You can leave Shunka out.
And I've already left Shunka out. He's out. But everybody else, hold hands.
Okay.
Xander takes, he grabs Yelena's hands, and who's on the other side? Piercy? And he's gonna grab both of your little teeny hands, and he's gonna like push out aura out of his hands like a radiating gold as it finishes up the ring, and everyone has resist 20 to cold for the next 10 minutes.
This is 20. Wait a minute. Can I get back in this?
Well, let's not get crazy here. Hold on now.
I'm a feeling hot
20.
flashes. Xander.
Goodness.
I
Bali's
can't
just
make you do.
spritzing people with water for fun watching this stuff.
Is that our first level 7 spell cast?
It is. Yeah, I was able to signature it up, and after last time, I don't want anything to happen like last time. Everyone's a little bit more protected now. That helps. That makes me feel a little better. I did my part.
Well, we have it for 10 minutes. We better hurry up and get into trouble.
Yes.
That's not what I said.
Let us proceed, but as they said, Xander, we have to be quiet.
Right. Yelena, we have to be quiet. Stop yelling.
The Pink Panther music starts playing. Doo-doo.
Yelena nods, but she's now standing next to Palik.
Okay.
Yara's going to proceed forward.
All right. Proceeding forward with some going for caution. All right. You don't need to make a stealth roll right now as the sound of the ice blasting down the corridor just a foot away from each of you.
Because of the shrieking?
It is not. And
Shrieking eels.
and it's sometimes even hard to hear or see each other. You can look over it or maybe even under a little bit underneath this blast to see each other. Some of you are on one side, some of you on the other. And you walk down and down and down this corridor. I need need Piercy to make a perception roll, please.
Okay. Oh, where'd all my shortcuts go? Hold on. Percy is going to perceive. Oh man.
It's on your main character sheet.
I believe you can do this.
Left side.
Okay.
I'm so excited for your perception.
I am
Yep.
too. It's there.
I am
Like-
too.
Oh my gosh.
All that for a 2. So
All right.
21.
All right, never mind. The group continues down this corridor. Piercy stops for a moment, seems to think, and touches his finger to it, and then he's just scratching around his nose and around his eyeball. And he wasn't thinking at all or seeing anything. Just keeps on going. Maybe even does that rear foot scratching behind his ear type of a thing. But he didn't see.
It looks
Anything.
important, but then
Squirrel. And then you guys walk down to this corridor until it opens up into a room. It is lowish, say 7 feet tall. So you can reach up, and some of you can reach up and touch the ice ceiling above. The room is about 10, 20, 30, 60 by 60. It has 4 walls of water that gently roll down, just like the ones you were out in the corridor. There is another exit of a corridor on the other side. In the middle, however, are 6 different cages made of ice bars in almost like a lattice work. They're very narrow, and wedged up against it and freezing are 5 of those creatures from the water out in the lake that attacked some of you earlier. These are black bipedal creatures, maybe 5 feet tall. They've got tendrils hanging off of their face. They kind of glisten and look black and slick. They've got some nasty looking teeth and some claws, and one of them shrieking in pain as it rubs up against the cold bars behind it. And you can see their one cell is empty, and the other each has one of these creatures in it. 2 of them see you guys and shriek loudly at the arrival of the party.
And I'm gonna chat with Xander about this too. Sildren's looking to see if somehow their captivity is powering any, like magically powering any of this, like there's any of their essence being drawn off, or siphoning off something from them to power what's happening, or if they're just caged. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're wondering if they're bitey batteries?
Yeah. Asking Xander that as well.
I'll detect magic to see if they're doing anything. It doesn't look like it. They're just screaming a lot.
Xander, you do not detect magic until you start detecting magic.
I will detect magic.
Go ahead.
No.
All right, Xander, you detect magic all around you, and it takes quite some time because you're able to isolate things off. You're able to isolate the ceiling, isolate this wall, and isolate the cage, and you detect the structure around you is magical, but there is nothing connected with them that is magical. Sildren, you do see the 6th cell that is empty is only mostly empty. There is some bloodied gore on the bottom of it. It looks like an exposed rib cage that has bones, some of that black, shiny, almost seal-like skin that they have, and then bright red meat that's been exposed underneath.
there is no reason for any of this. There's only one enemy to be worried about out here. This is the home of a white dragon, is it not?
Yes, but why keep them like this?
Enemy of my enemy is my friend, that kind of thing.
These are not our friends. These guys are assholes.
They're bitey, that's for sure. But
Whether they are whole ass or half an ass, they do not deserve this.
I agree.
Yaru is going to, I don't know if it'll work. I need to read it really quickly, but I'm going to attempt a no cause for alarm on them. I want to calm them down a little bit to stop them moving around to see, because you said it when they touch the ice, is that what hurts them?
Yes.
So I want to just calm them if I can even do such a thing. I'm looking for my skill really quickly.
I'm looking at it. You attempt to reduce panic. Attempt a diplomacy check against the will of the creatures. Yeah, make a diplomacy check.
Let me see.
I imagine the cages have to be melted.
34 total.
With a 34 versus their will DC, you are able to calm several of them. How do you do that, Yaru? What are you saying?
I'm really not saying much. I want to get close to them and hopefully give a little bit of my warm aura to them. It seems like they thrived up in the warm above, so I want to share a little bit of my warmth with them, and my bindi on my forehead is going to glow a little bit, and I just want to send soothing key energy and warmth to them. Maybe a little glowing light kind of appears around them.
All right. You do so, and they are slightly warmed, and they still seem agitated, but are not shrieking anymore, and they seem more focused, and instead of just wild, crazy, angry, pained creatures, they're now a little more calm, but they're still focused and still watching everyone warily.
Okay. After they kind of stop moving a little bit, does the ground change? Is there any change in the atmosphere at all? Any change in the room?
There's no change to the room. There is still that column, a horizontal column of frost and snow that is shooting from the opening on the other side of the room through the middle of this room and then down the corridor you came down.
Is it like going through them, or are they kind of set up around it?
They're set up 3 on each side.
Okay, I was going to say, if it's going through them, I can't do much with that roll.
With the walls surrounding, it's sheets of water and just utter darkness behind.
It's not utter darkness. It's dark gray water, and you can look up and you can see it get a little bit lighter as you look up as there's sunlight above.
It's crazy. Xander's gonna follow up with Yaru's lead and Bali's suggestion, and he's gonna produce flame on the nearest bitey's cage on the bars to see if he can melt the bars down.
All right, Xander, you produce flame. The creature hisses, backs away, yelps as it burns itself on the ice behind it, and you are able to melt a bit of one of the bars in the middle, and it melts and becomes like a stalactite and stalagmite kind of shape of the bar, and then the bottom one starts to melt more and more and more and more and more and more, and you are able to melt an opening for this creature, and it stares at you, Xander.
I'm gonna put
and then lunges at you. It jumps out of the cage. Make a reflex save, Xander.
This is a bad idea.
I was just gonna say I'm not sure this is the best plan, but
I wasn't gonna do that.
With screaming.
4. You take 9 points of slashing damage as it rakes you with its claws, but you're able to dodge out of most of the wound, and it runs past you and starts racing towards one of the walls. Does anyone want to do anything or let it go?
Palik is gonna whip the shit out of this thing.
Wait, don't let it go. Let it go. This is not for us.
Yes,
It's
Palik,
making
wait.
a lot of noise.
You get in the water and it'll go away.
I'm still gonna strike at it.
All right, go for it.
That's what my character would do.
31.
31 is a hit.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Man.
That was the wrong damage. Hold on a second.
Oh, thank God.
20 points of damage.
20. You have 2 more actions. You can attack. You have 1 more action. You had to move into play, so you can make another attack if you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
Go
Sure. 37.
37. We'll actually give you flanking on that one. With you get on the other side of it just as it goes past Xander, and that is a critical hit.
Oh, nice. Oh my god.
Hold on. It's been a while since I've done a critical hit. Yeah, ignore that first one.
Oh,
76 points of damage.
Good Christ.
What? Where's 76 points of damage?
That's the
66
critical.
Plus 66, plus 14, plus 2d6, plus 2d8.
What? All right, you slash wickedly twice and sever off some tentacles around its neck area. It shrieks again. Some blackish blood goes spewing out. It slides across the ice and dives into the water, leaving a trail of blood on the ice floor and then leaving a cloud of blood in the water that it's just dove into the wall as it starts to swim away.
That's gross. That's gross.
I told you I didn't like those things.
That was not the plan, Palik or Xander.
What was the plan? Nobody said there was a plan?
If you had let me finish, I was going to tell you all that we could have used them, and we still can, thankfully, now that it went away. We can use them as somewhat of an alarm as we proceed, should anything come back. They will make noise again.
Can we see like through the water, like where it just dove? What's the clarity of the water?
It's not good.
Okay.
You can see its dark shape disappearing into the depth, into the horizontal depths, if that makes sense.
Yep.
However, now that there is a blood trail on the floor, I don't know how stealthy we can be.
What do you mean?
We're not going back that way. We're going in.
But if anyone does come that way,
From behind us?
yes,
Who?
Dwick!
maybe someone. I don't know. Do we know who's in front of us?
Not anymore.
No.
So
Who's
don't
on
know.
first?
Should we
Okay.
take care of the rest of these?
I say leave them be.
I was trying to set it free. I thought it needed help. I wasn't expecting it to bite
Why
me.
would you set that thing free? It's a little gross tentacle monster.
That one
see,
over
it's
there
your
got
fault.
eaten.
I don't even blame her a little bit.
The other one looked like it got eaten.
He's confused.
Nothing should be in prison.
These probably should be. You set it free and it attacked you.
I think I was in
Did
its
you not
way.
learn?
What if
Did
I
you
set
not
it-
learn a lesson?
Let
Like
me try
letting
something
loose
else.
a feral cat.
So
Watch, watch.
the
Everyone back up. I'm going to do another one from
Oh,
a
no.
distance. You need to get behind me.
No,
She's behind Palik.
Xander-
No, after seeing Palik, now she's behind Sildren. She's losing confidence, party member, but she's running out of party members to believe in.
Danny's going to cast another
Then
Boost Flame.
perhaps we have bigger things to deal with at the moment than setting these creatures free.
I'm not
There
sure.
might be
Oh.
unintended consequences to that we cannot yet predict.
Yeah, we should
May-
just kill them where they are.
We should
What-
move on and
What
leave
if-
them as they be for now.
You don't think they can help us at all?
No.
No.
You don't think they'd be
No.
grateful?
No.
No.
All right.
Are there any other exits to this room?
Just the one you came in and the one that continues further on with the column of ice going through.
So who is leading originally?
Yaru.
So Sildren sort of looks at Yaru and then looks at the passage down and then Yaru and the passage down and
Trying to nudge you a little bit.
Yeah, let's go, guys.
I'm just saying, Sir Brenros would have kept one for a pet.
he
Well,
would have.
Sir Brenros isn't here.
Too soon, Billy.
Where is Sir Brenros? Xander? Got him killed.
You can.
Oh. My God, dark.
That was.
I don't want to talk to you for like 5 minutes.
Hey,
He's wincing.
That
in
was
pain.
too far.
That's
on.
half the spell duration.
Let's go.
You're in trouble.
That hurt me a little bit.
The group carries on, no one being quite near Palik, and you leave this chamber and walk down the continuing corridor inside this lake. It doesn't take long before it too opens up into another chamber. This one appears to be much longer, and it's a little taller. It's about 15 feet tall. This one has the same thing, ceiling, floor of ice, walls of water. It is a long rectangular corridor. The width of it, I'd say maybe 80 feet or so deep in, is filled with debris. This is all manners of debris. There are a ton of crates and barrels and fallen trees. There's rope and fishing line and nets. There's an overturned rowboat. There's oars. There's all sorts of things that have been somehow found or located within this lake, have been gathered and bundled up inside this chamber, and it appears to be a complete dead end with one fellow standing guard over it. He is a dragonkin. His white body, white wings, you've seen this so many times before. He turns around at your arrival. Next to him is this blasting vertical shaft, a horizontal shaft of the cold and cone that goes through some of this debris to something on the other side. And he looks back. You see he has blue face paint on one side.
Hello.
And he looks quite confused to see you there. He bolts and dives into the debris.
No, it's okay. We're just here for the buffet.
And he goes into some between two barrels and over an old wide crate and disappears into more of this debris. It's like a big trash heap that he has just dove into and disappears into this trash heap, running super fast.
Sildren cast a spell?
Sure.
He will cast Web
Okay.
on the fleeing creature.
You will not be able to get to him in time. I waited just briefly. He has gone first. Is there something you want to do after he's disappeared?
No.
Sildren. Oh, okay.
Look disappointedly at the rest of the...
Anybody have a burn trash spell?
Xander, cast Fireball!
Go for it. What level?
Fireball! At the trash!
All right, it's a big wall of 15 feet tall and maybe 40 feet wide of debris and lots of wood for sure. And you launch a fireball. What level fireball are you launching at it?
Let's see. I'm going to do a level 4 Fireball.
All right, huge fireball goes arcing through, and you see a glazed bit of quote unquote damage to the floor just under the fireball as it goes, as well as the ceiling. So the ceiling drips a little bit of water as the fireball made this little line, and then the fireball explodes on impact and hits a bunch of rope tackle stuff and some big thick nets that immediately go flying. Some barrels go flying, some smash in the ceiling. There's some cracks there, some go flying towards you and away. There's fire that's everywhere, and some fire is now gathered on this area, and you have done some damage to this debris, but it appears to be much thicker than you had originally envisioned. There's more beyond.
Shoot.
Oh,
Did anything
and
happen to the? Oh yeah, good.
who was that? Yaru, you were first in the lead, and
Yeah.
Sildren, you also want to do something. You two make perception rolls.
And then I do have something to do as well.
I as well. Oh, that was so close to a natural one. It's a total of 33 for Yaru.
Okay.
So I rolled a 3, but I'm going to... And since there's just not 5 slots for hero points, I'm going to use a hero point and only have 4 hero points.
Okay, just to keep it even.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
So-
just want to kind of get on the same plane as everybody else.
Do you want to tell any of the viewers or listeners why?
Whoa!
go.
Yeah, I would love to tell them why after explaining that, after telling them that I just got a natural 20. During our specialty show, we had a quiz, a contest to see who had the most knowledge about our 3 seasons. And
the quest of questionable questions.
Yeah, the quest of questionable questions. And Bat Sammy and I won that. Bat Sammy being one of our wonderful listeners, and then I myself, as one of the bards, won. So I got 2 extra hero points, and I'd been given an extra hero point by one of our other listeners before that, just because I'm amazing.
I'll allow it. All right. With a natural 20 in amongst the debris, you see briefly, just for a moment, where this dragonkin mage has scuttled away. You see him again disappearing over a large barrel and ducking down and going even deeper. And he was trying to lose you. He was like a rat, hiding in a bunch of dirt, that kind of stuff, or a bunch of trash, but on a larger scale. He's a bigger dude, obviously. And he took a right turn, and all of a sudden there's this big eruption. He gets knocked down, he gets up, and he just gets out of view before any of you spot him except Sildren. You just see his tail disappear and can see where he went down. And he, again, going very
Yaru's
fast.
got a 33 on that roll, so seeing Sildren locked in, Yaru just kind of yells it to him. Sildren, where is he? What did you say? What are you saying?
I said there, go! But Sildren, like the thing's got, I don't have a direct line of sight on it anymore.
Percy wants to dive into the nest, the trash, and chase after this dragonkin.
Can
All right.
Yaru,
Yaru,
can Sildren point me within, say, 15, 20 feet of him in that area-ish? Is that a good estimate?
He can point you where he saw him
I'll go
disappear
right there, and then I'm going to activate a key spell. So you guys see, how big is this room? Remind me again.
50 feet wide, 15 feet tall, and you don't know how
no
deep.
problem. Yaru is going to sort of gather a little bit of energy at his feet, and all around him, in a 30-foot. It's not letting me do it, but here, do it in a second. I will make the thing happen, Julie. Yaru is going to create a little circle of kind of lighter air. Nothing happens to anyone in it. You don't float or anything, but you just see dust and kind of any particles start floating around in the air. Anyone within 30 feet of Yaru can be attacked. I say that because Yaru just activated a wild wind stance for the first time, a gift given to him from his monk training.
All right, so there's this gentle breeze around you.
And what this does, the wild wind stance, I take the stance of the flowing winds, sending out waves of energy at a distance, and I make wind crash unarmed strikes anywhere within 30 feet. These attacks are agile, non-lethal, propulsive. They do not use focus points, so I'm in this stance and I can keep doing this attack. While in this stance, I gain a +2 circumstance bonus to ranged attacks on my AC. And that's it.
Okay. And that takes
that's
how
not
many
it. I
actions
should
to do?
remind you that wind crash strikes ignore all concealment and cover.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a matter of concealment or cover. He's literally gone. You can't see him. It's not like he's peeking around cover. So you can attack right now where some of the wood where where Sildren's pointing where he went to, or you can try to pursue him to get a better actual sight of him.
Okay.
So to be clear about he didn't actually go down a shaft or something. He's just somewhere in the.
No, I know.
Right? No. I'm asking.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I would like to do something then.
Okay.
Well, all right. Go ahead, Mario.
Instead of that, I'm just gonna attack about here. like, 5 squares over, 3 squares down kind of thing. Just a random spot and just send some of the debris flying in the air.
All right. So you are a Street Fighter bonus level, smashing from a distance the debris and scoring 100 points, and just things are just smashing and blowing into shards and exposing. All right, you're doing more damage and exposing more areas of this. And Piercy was also trying to do something.
Yeah, Piercy was pursuing.
Piercy, you go running after and pursuing. Do you want to go to a quick area near you where you can start wiggling through, or do you want to follow the area where Yaru is punching and Sildren pointed?
No, I'm gonna go the most direct.
Okay.
Intercept.
Which of those two options then do you want?
Through the junk.
Right. Do you want to go the closest where you're at and start making your own path, or do you want to go where Yaru and Sildren were pointing where the guy went?
No.
Okay. Gotcha. You start diving in there. Make a acrobatics roll.
Right.
Any of those options.
One of those two.
Nice.
That was the longest roll, just bouncing everywhere.
That's gonna be 37.
37. I'm going to give you a +3 on top of that for some native trash wiggling Yosoki bonus. I don't know if that's racist or a bonus. I don't know. You dive in easily and you see just this pleasant smile on Piercy's face as he's within an element, just wiggling around, instantly just gone. And Piercy disappears. Sildren, you had also said you wanted to do something.
That's correct. Sildren is casting a shockwave out from himself into all the debris straight towards where he saw the creature go. And using widen spell, it turns, instead of a 15-foot cone, it's going to be a 20-foot cone.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you create a wave of energy, so like a blue wave of energy just ripples out and hits all the debris and stuff. Any creature caught in it has to attempt a reflex save to avoid stumbling as the shockwave shakes the ground. If it succeeds, it's flat-footed. If it fails, it's prone.
All right, Sildren creates the shockwave. There's this huge boom, and the shock emanates out. The floor and ceiling ripple and crack. The debris shatters.
It's only a second-level spell, buddy. It's only a second-level spell.
Shatters and cracks. The debris shatters in several different spots as well. And thankfully, Piercy did not dive into that area, and Piercy has disappeared somewhere else. We have not heard also from Palik and Bali in a bit.
Leek's not going to be diving into any trash.
All right.
No, Bali is just gingerly. It seems like the group is moving forward. He's just knocking away the big stuff with pushes and shoves.
All right.
Putting things in the ice floe just to watch it fly away real fast.
He picks up a barrel and just puts it in the water.
More chunks of damage and wooden debris and garbage come flying out from the ranged attacks from Yaru and Sildren's spells. Piercy, however, you are wiggling and moving and diving and squeaking over and pushing a little barrel out of the way and getting over to here and giving over to there. You get into a little bit of a spot, are able to stand up for a bit, catch your breath, can see some movement, and can see the white form of this guy, this Colium mage, wiggling some distance away. He is definitely deeper in than any effect that's being dealt to the group. This is a much deeper amount of debris than anyone had originally envisioned. You see that. You also can see maybe 2/3 of his body is blocked. He's a little bit of a distance from you. You can see maybe his tail and maybe his eyes, and he stops, and you hear him mumble something in Draconic. Do you speak Draconic, Piercy?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Okay, he mumbles something in Draconic, and the flat fish storage chest that's old and rotten that you happen to be sitting and squatting on just about when you're about ready to start diving even further after him. In that moment, you stop and see him. He says something, and as he starts to move on, that chest that you're on gives way as he casts a spell that removes a section of the ice that wooden box is on. And you and that chest splash into the water with a section of 2 large barrels come toppling down on top of you, Piercy, and you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And the box under you, Piercy, and 2 heavy barrels above, all 4 of those objects descend into the cold lake water and start to drop underneath this corridor.
Whoa!
And you are inside the lake now proper. Icy cold. It is very cold. It's hard to see. There's these big boulders pushing you down. You can't see. You're outside of that room entirely right now, Piercy.
While Piercy is screaming, he's realizing that while he's under the water, he can in fact breathe.
Why?
From a spell that is still ongoing from the prior episode, water breathing.
Do tell.
Which everyone in the group has.
How long does that last?
24 hours to my next daily prep.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
So instead of dying or panicking about it, you are just being pushed down and down, but you can breathe normally. What would you like to do, Piercy?
I'm going down. The Colium mage is up above me now.
That whole scene and room is no longer a factor to you. You are now dealing with getting pushed down to the depths of the lake.
Okay. I want to like get out from underneath this debris that's sinking and swim back up.
Make an athletics roll of 32, please.
Okay.
The cold saps your strength.
Just click that for a natural 20.
Woo! And Piercy, you push that out of the way. You swim up with incredible speed. I guess you, Yosoki, don't like being wet at all. And you come racing up and come bursting out of the hole in the ice that was left behind of the floor and come out and scramble up on top of, you're again in this wooden nest of debris and fallen planks and timber, and you're now there and you shake yourself and you're cold a little bit, but you are no longer drowning and no one's any the wiser. Nice job. But what about the rest of you? You are not aware of anything because this happened within the debris. You're not seeing the guy. You're just seeing damage as the group is just pummeling and just firing machine guns and rocket launchers into this debris over and over again. You have to stop Jesse the Body Ventura to wind down the minigun. That kind of moment.
Can I do it with a really big flourish to get like a bonus to the next time I have to do something like this? With my continuous flare.
Sure.
Come back out of the water like a dolphin.
So I'm gonna roll acrobatics.
He comes out Fabio style and just and
32.
Okay.
Yaro would like to make his way closer to him within the path that he's building for himself.
Who's he?
The mage, I'm sorry, the dragonkin.
Okay, so you're going to start going in there. All right, you push a hand off to Sildren, and probably another one to Xander. I'm just sure he's just winding up this big baseball pitch of flame or something.
I'm gonna get.
And you, Yaru, are going to make your way in there? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm going to look at both of them now that you've given a little bit of exposition as to what they're thinking as the narrator. I'm going to look at him and Sildren and Xander and say, I'm going in unless you have a better idea.
After you.
Okay. With a movement speed of 50 and using the path that I've somewhat cleared for myself, I'm going to make my way within to hopefully find him.
All right. That's another acrobatics roll
Sildren
or
follows.
acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics or acrobatics, you said?
And Shunka.
I'll choose the first, acrobatics. Ooh, I did roll a 2. I will use my first of only 2 hero points for the day.
Oh, so sad.
God,
Yeah.
how pedestrian.
I mean, you can't roll worse than a 2.
That's the rule.
Okay, 35 total.
35, you make good time and you start pushing and moving and finding gaps where this guy has gone. You can see there's a bit of a branch and you're not sure if he's gone through here or there, and you can hear some noises. You start making your way. You shift as some barrel above you starts to push hard. You make your way there and you find yourself in this small little, I'll say, 10-foot diameter cave of debris with a hole in the ice and a cocky looking rat standing next to the ice, and you have found Piercy.
Piercy! What?
Hi,
Where is he?
I'm here.
This is no time for fishing.
No, I'm chasing I'm chasing the dragon.
Yeah, I can't hold this thing up for much longer. Let's go.
Okay, see ya. And Percy.
No!
That's a different way. All right, I need, we'll just start with Piercy. And Piercy, make an acrobatics roll.
Right.
+3, I said, for debris movement.
Acrobatics.
Oh.
That's a 1. Gonna redo that using a hero point.
Me too.
2 hero points.
Right.
And you left me, dumbass.
Yara refuses to give you one.
I'll give you
Why
one.
don't you ask Sildren?
All right. So using one of my own hero points. Did I get a +1 from that previous acrobatics flourish, or was it not good enough?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So trying again. Acrobatics.
There you go.
18 plus 3 is 45.
45!
My 24 acrobatics.
He has a huge head start on you as you fell down in, but with your amazing swimming out and amazing movement through, you have gotten very close and find him again. 2 things. Somewhere in the notes of your character sheet, add that you have a permanent +3 circumstantial bonus to acrobatics or athletics checks when moving within debris. Mainly because that'll
Okay.
never ever happen again. And then
Tom's also making a note.
Never add debris again.
It's rubble. I said debris.
yeah, really, there's a fine line. Let's be real. And then you see him. He is wiggling and makes his way into past some more debris. You give chase, and you see him disappear again. And Sildren, you were also following all this as well?
Yep.
All right, so we have Piercy. We have him close behind Piercy, some distance away, and this is all random maze within this debris. We have Yaru, and then not too far behind, we have Sildren and Shunka. The other 3 are just standing there shrugging and wondering what the hell they're doing.
Is Sildren getting a sight on him ever as well?
No, that's why I just gave the order of things, and this is a weird maze, so you're barely able to see Yaru as he's moving and wiggling through. Piercy, you see he dives as you're going super fast. He dives, he sees you and dives into a wooden, looks like a shack with a hole in it that got destroyed, and he dives into the darkness and continues wiggling around like again a cockroach or a rat just trying to get out of there. No offense. And you, I assume, give chase as well. Yaru, can I get an acrobatics roll one more time for you as well?
Coming. Ooh, not great. A total of 28.
All right. Sildren, you're able to catch up with him. You guys have lost track of Piercy, but you can hear him saying something off in the distance.
Stop! Where are you going?
Piercy, you dive into this little shack, which is tilted at a canter, dive into the darkness. You can hear him scurrying on some side room area, and you notice... Make a perception roll.
Making.
He just doesn't care.
23.
With a 23, you notice one thing. Yes. you notice one thing. You hear some draconic words again, and the ice for a second time is magically cracked and removed beneath you, which is what you are in, and the structure you are in drops down in. Yaru and Sildren, you have arrived into this spot where Piercy was just a moment ago. You can see this building with a dark hole in it. You were like, oh, I guess we gotta go in there. Is there a way around? And then you see the whole building crash and disappear into the ice. And you see it is not necessarily a building, as it is at a steep 30-degree list, and it has a mast on it, and it is a old sailboat with a giant hole in its side as it starts disappearing down into the icy depths. Piercy, for the second time within just a minute, you are back into the cold water of the endless pond. The hole is flooding water inside, and what would you like to do?
Not a I want to try and swim past all the junk and back up out of the water again.
Okay, do you want to go where you think he went within this craft, or the way he maybe have gone out, or you want to go out the way you came?
I'll follow. I'll keep following him. Going.
All right.
towards-
Make an athletics roll, please. Water rushing up. It's cold. You're climbing up, running away from the water like a rat in a sinking ship. And
26.
26. The water keeps catching you. You start moving. Now you're in some old hold. There's some rotten nets that you get tangled up in. The water's catching up, and now it's up to your chest. You start banging on some trap door that looks like it had been open and had come closed, and all of this is happening over 10, 15, 20 seconds or so, which seems like an eternity, particularly to Yaru and Sildren, as you are now looking down in this giant crack in the ice floor and just see this sailing ship just disappearing down and down and down and down into the darkness of the lake. He does a Malcolm Reynolds.
You got anything for this one?
Nope.
No time for hesitancy.
How fast is it sinking?
Right.
Faster
Fast
and
enough.
faster.
Can Sildren catch up to it? Swimming?
With a swim, it would be a challenging athletics roll, but possible.
You're a fast swimmer, Mr. Flipper Feet.
Yeah, I don't have that spell today.
Oh, that's right. You have to do that.
Yes, Sildren will. Oh, I don't have any. All of my spells have verbals. No, sorry.
Sildren's like, okay, no, okay, no, maybe not.
Master Yaru?
After you?
I've got one option, and I'm not gonna like it.
All of a sudden, Piercy feels panache come across his body.
How far away is the ship in the moment I'm asking that question? Like,
Sure. The ship is 40 feet away, now 50 feet away.
okay, at the 40
Now
at the 40 feet mark,
60
Yaru.
No, it's 60
Damn it,
feet
I was
away
gonna
right
cast a
now.
spell as soon as you said it, but you kept
It
talking.
is now 65 feet away.
You can't. You're interrupting me.
It is 70 feet away.
I was gonna cast a spell.
This is where it
It
pays
is
to have better internet connection.
5 feet
All right.
away.
I was-
Yes,
like-
it is, Bill!
It's too late now. It's too late.
Okay.
I was gonna cast it at 40, but he kept talking.
All right. Then with that situation just gonna let nature take care of itself, the two of you do see a small hole in the debris and can see where that white blasting column of snow and ice is still coming through, and can see there is an opening where you believe that guy has gone, but you don't see him, or he might still be down below at 80 feet.
Let's go through. We should.
90 feet.
You and I are probably not enough to take care of whatever's in there. So let's go gather everybody minus Piercy, and
okay.
I never knew the
Or-
Colium kind
we go
lived
fast.
in such squalor.
and try and stop them.
Get all this filth.
I think if we can catch him,
All right, let's go.
They can
And
catch
so
up.
we go through the where we think he went.
All right. You leap over the hole and just confidently know there's no way your Yosoki swashbuckler would be caught in that kind of mess. And you leap over the hole in the ice.
He's way
and
too better.
dive
He's way
in-
too good for that.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
And leap through the hole in the debris and come through on the other side where there is an icy chamber there. And you see there is several dragonkin standing alert, waiting and confused. You can also see this dragonkin mage has scurried away and is barking orders in dragonkin language at them as the two of you arrive on the other side and go like, Piercy, Joe, Piercy, and there's no sign of the Yosoki. Speaking of which, what are the four of you at the original entrance to the debris chamber doing?
I think Pinochle, I think.
Yeah. What?
They'll go back.
We let those other guys go. Like, why are we doing so much for just one little dragon guy?
He went somewhere, and where somewhere it is, we should probably be.
But
The
that's a
others
lot
just
of pile
moved
to
too
go
fast.
through.
Well, I
Just
don't
sift
know
through
any other way
garbage?
through. I've never seen dragons do. I've never heard of dragons doing this.
With all the breaking down that we've done, has it come down at all, or is it still just a giant wall of things? That
It's
those
still
guys
just a
don't
giant,
go
just different pockets. Although, Xander, you do see through the mostly opaque, icy floor, you see ahead and beneath the odd shape of a sailboat silhouette descending down, which is just an odd visual.
to? Yeah. Whoa! You can see that boat going down there.
It's going the wrong way.
Yeah, why is it underwater?
That's a good question. Do we
I'm
need to
sure we had
investigate that?
nothing to do with it.
I mean, we can. I'll go down there. I'll swim down there after it.
It looks to be at least 110 feet by now.
That's all right.
I'll race
Can you
you.
swim there? I can't hold my breath that long.
Stay here with the little doggy and Yelena, and Xander and I'll go investigate.
Bali proceeds to explain that the water benefit of breathing applies to just 5 of you, not including Bali, Yelena, Sunka. Just let you know.
Oh, well, don't next time. Don't worry about me next time. Let's go, Xander.
Xander takes his hands, swirls in a
Oh, you're
ball.
gonna be an ass.
Water comes out of his fingertips, goes down to his feet, comes back up, and he completely turns himself into water. I'm gonna beat you.
Can I breathe you?
You are a water elemental? Is that what you are?
Correct. Xander turns himself into
Wow.
a water elemental.
Cool.
Swim extra fast. And,
Bali has this inward desire to be a sorcerer now.
and dives.
All right,
Through the hole
Xander
down.
dives. There's no hole in the floor, by the by.
But there's a water wall next to me, right?
Yes.
Straight into that.
Xander. I can even imagine Xander just being cocky and just leaning against the wall and then disappearing into
Like Homer sinking into the hedge.
Yeah, the hedge. Just his nose, watery nose is left behind. Stupid Flanders. The water gnome disappears in. Palik, you were doing something as well?
Well, I see Xander go through the wall, so she'll follow suit.
All right, you dive into the wall, which is a sentence I don't often say, and you are swimming and you can breathe. Is that correct?
I can breathe and I can move my full 30 feet.
Why is that?
Swift sneak. It's a feat I have. And I can move my full speed when I sneak. You can use swift sneak while burrowing, climbing, flying, or swimming instead of striding if you have the corresponding movement type.
Right, you don't have a swim movement type.
Doesn't everybody
So
have
you-
swim movement speed?
Yeah, but it's like 5 to 10 feet. It's really small.
So why wouldn't I be able to use that to go my full speed though?
No, it's saying when you do sneak, instead of your movement speed being reduced, you can go full speed, but your swim speed is still below.
Oh, okay. Then I misunderstood. I misunderstood that. Then I'm not going through. Let Xander take care of it.
All right.
Stay in with me.
The water's a little too cold.
Sticks a pinky toe in.
Yelena looks at you, Palik, and says, "What do I do? Xander, do I follow him?"
No. Just stay here with us. We're the smart ones right now. Everybody else is digging through trash or like swimming in that blasted cold water. You stick with us.
All right. Just as long as, and as she says that, Palik is grabbed onto as you were near the wall as black claws come around and pull you into the wall, alien style, and Palik disappears in as you dipped a finger to determine the wall and water was too cold. A bleeding creature of the lake has exacted revenge and pulls Palik into the water.
Palik is going to attack this creature.
All right, Palik disappears and starts stabbing, I assume, as you're being hugged and pulled into the depths. The creature is going to bite at your neck. Before it does that, I'll let you get 2 attacks off.
Okay.
-2.
Cold shock.
Damn it. A 28.
28 is a miss. Double check.
Okay, 2 misses.
28 is a hit. I'm sorry.
Oh.
28 is a hit.
Woo! Not bad for a 4.
True.
Whoa!
24 damage.
24 damage. You strike the creature in the arm, and more blood, inky blood starts oozing out and making it even harder to see. The creature starts swimming. You can see throughout the inky blood, there are some more dark shapes that are moving towards you that are in this gray water. And
good.
the creature is going to bite at you with a +2 twice. If I can find it. I just had it and then I deleted it. God darn it. There it is. Attack. There it is. 1, 2. A 37 to hit.
That hits.
And it does 30 points of damage. Holy moly. Huge bite into your shoulder, and then as it opens up another to get another big bite on your other and the back of your neck, because it's got this hug around you, you were able to squirm loose as it rolled a natural 1, and you are now free of the creature.
I will
You will wait as the ship continues to descend down and down. Our Yosoki swashbuckler has his one of his paws caught in some nets, some old rotting nets. There's a trap door to the another section of this boat that is already just filled with water. You're trying to pull up in there, so there's a little bit of air and better movement up above, and you're hoping to get out of this thing, but you're currently breathing water and you're currently trapped. I need you to make another athletics roll. This is a athletics roll of 30. That would be rather important.
32.
All right. At a depth of 125 feet from the room, you have yanked your foot free, pulled yourself up into a dry spot, and can see there's water pouring in through another hole that leads to the deck of the ship, and make your way up through there, force your way, pulling and pulling into where this water's coming through, and you come out of this boat, and the boat descends down and down underneath you and continues descending as you're floating 125 feet down. And Xander, let's see, Piercy, make a perception roll. You've had some challenges tonight with your eyeballs. Let's see what happens.
Perception.
Ooh.
Oh, that was close. 38.
With a 38, you look around, you see nothing at all with Xander because you don't know what he looks like or that he's doing anything. You don't see any strange shapes around you, except you do see some dark terrain underneath where the boat is heading slightly shift to the side.
Oh. I begin swimming up as fast as I can.
Okay, you are swimming quickly. Xander, what were you doing?
I was chasing down after the boats, right up until a little Yusoki popped out of it. So the idea is I will escort him up. Whether it's spiral spinning up around him, like just kind of doing that. I have a wave attack that also pushes.
Okay.
So I'll be happy to push him forward.
Is that what you
Going
want to
back
do?
up. Yeah.
Are you okay? So you're casting an attack spell on him?
Well, I don't necessarily want to, but it's not a spell. It's actually it's technically a melee attack. It's I could do
Okay, but then
bludgeoning
the
attack.
key word was attack. So I'm just making sure.
Is there any other way that I can assist him without
You tell
pushing
me.
him?
You tell me.
So the goal is to push him forward as an extra wave. So the way I'm seeing it is like I'm kind of creating a whirlpool around him
Sure.
and like accelerating him forward.
Make an athletics roll as well.
I've got one of those, and I get a +2 to swim.
I'm
Do-do-do.
seeing like a reverse Tasmanian devil as Xander pushes him as like a top.
25.
25, you start doing this and you're spiraling and Piercy just waves as he just quickly goes past you.
Cool. That worked well. Yay, go!
working.
I did it.
Xander, you are now chasing after Piercy as Piercy is going as fast as he inhumanly can. You guys are racing up. You can see above you a mass of shapes of a halfling thief, Palik, who is spun around and is facing her attacker, a badly bleeding tentacled creature. You can also see about a dozen more of them coming in on the pair that I just described. Not too dissimilar from that one horrifying visual scene from the movie Aquaman when they disappear into the water. That is what you see. Speaking of which, Palik, what would you like to do? You are toe to toe.
He backed off, right?
You're toe to toe. You got loose and spun around.
Oh, then I'm gonna swim back into the wall. Like, get out of here.
Okay.
Because I saw the other shapes coming.
Yeah. All right, so make an athletics roll. $33 with ease. You start swimming very, very quickly. Bali, you see Palik, and again, I just don't know what your mood is. I don't know what you're thinking as all this weird chaos is happening. You're just kind of nonchalantly standing there. Are you confused, bemused?
He's watching. He's watching everyone kind of doing their own thing. He's lost track of some people. He's more concerned about Yelena and Palik right now. So that's his thing. But he's totally unarmed, but he's got like his fist raised. He's just watching.
All right. Then Yelena is next to you, and she's encouraging and yelling excitedly as she watches the action, like the kid from the Never-Ending Story as he's reading the book. Yeah! As she sees people doing something. Bali, you see Palik swimming vertically, and she's frantically arriving in this weird middle of the wall arrival as her hands come out, and she's desperately trying to get purchase, and Palik, you feel a clawed hand grab upon your right foot.
I will, rapier still in hand, I will reach out and attack.
Make a -2 attack.
And
So I do have an underwater marauder.
Ignore what I just said.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Bali, you can do something.
40.
All right, it's another big hit. That's a critical
Nice.
hit.
it's a natural 20, right?
42 points
Right.
of damage.
Bali.
Am I seeing? Is Bali seeing all of this? All of these other creatures that are approaching?
Just now, you see there's this shape right behind her, this blackened humanoid-looking shape right behind her grabbing on. She stabs, and you sever the arm that had grabbed onto you. and more black ink. But Bali, you see there are half a dozen more that are really closing in on her instantly.
All right. Bali clutches at his symbol dangling about his neck and utters a very strongly worded command. It's like the Stonefather calls you away. And he issues a command to not 1, not 2, not 3, but 10 of these creatures for them to absolutely flee and leave this area alone.
What?
Yeah.
They make willpower saves?
Yep.
What's your DC?
32. No.
Really?
32.
All right, and I'll do that 5 times and multiply it by 2. All right, there are 10 of these creatures that are closing in. Palik, you come out of the side of the wall and crash onto the ice floor, a blackened claw still hanging onto your foot, but cut off from the wrist down, and you are out of the water. Bunch of these creatures come in, and 10 of them and 8 of them immediately turn and disappear.
So there are 2 that seem to still remain, and
there are.
And they've come into the room?
They have not. This is all just momentarily happened, all in one, like 2 seconds. Polly, do you have anything else you want to add?
This happens. It's just pulling Palik to the center of the room, and
No, you are interrupted.
Oh!
Ice forms and an ice wall appears over a 30-foot section horizontally as Yelena transforms that flowing water into ice.
Nice work, Yelena.
And she holds out her hands, and you can see these black creatures are up against the wall and cannot easily get in. And you see them kind of circle around. Some go underneath, but then they disappear.
A girl!
We got lucky. I don't think we should stay here too much longer.
Yeah, thank you both. Where do you want to go? We're all discombobulated. Where's everybody else?
Into that mess, into that squalor over there, the debris. I haven't seen hide nor hair of anyone, nor Piercy, who I expected to be all over this place.
Piercy's eating trash somewhere.
But we better find them. We can't stay here. Those things are gonna be back.
So we gotta dig through this shit? Okay.
I don't know any other way.
Okay. And Malik will start throwing stuff around, trying to figure it out.
All right.
Can Bali?
He sort of made a path through it.
Yeah, they've carved, pushed, pulled.
Yeah, I mean, I would have gone where they went.
You tossed debris, so essentially I'm looking at a debris pile. That's just more debris, just an arrangement.
Rearranging debris. All right. As you do that, Xander and Piercy, you two come up the giant hole where the ship descended down, and Xander, you are trying to figure out what spell to cast next. There's about 10 of these creatures that are swarming around this area, but a whole bunch of them just start scattering and leaving for some random reason, and you all ascend up and through the hole.
What was it Bali said? There's always a bigger fish.
Piercy, for the second time, you are back on top of an icy floor, shaking yourself dry, and there is a creature from the movie The Abyss right next to you in gnomish size.
What in the what is this?
See how it feels?
I don't speak bubbly.
Xander will transform his form back down to Xander sized, releasing the spell.
I think if you're gonna do, you have to say something like "form of
tiny gnome"
and make a motion. You've got to do a motion.
Right? Got it.
I'll be a bucket and you be the water. Why are we superheroes again?
This isn't working like I thought.
Just overdone. Form of. Hey.
No.
Suddenly they're the ambiguously gay duo.
Yes.
Vigorously gay.
Ambiguously.
Ambiguously.
Very vigorously, too.
What was that from? South Park?
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Old school Night Live.
Oh, hey, it's a Xander. Hi.
Hi, I'm glad I could save you. What were you doing in the boat?
No, I just swimming up through the hole.
Yeah, I helped you swim up here with all my water speed.
Okay. Well, where are the bitey thingies?
The what?
The bitey thingies.
Well, they're in the water. There's nothing up here.
Where in the water?
In the water, they're right there. The water that we're not in, they're out there.
Okay, that's good. So where's the dragon?
I didn't see a dragon. I just saw the boat.
I was chasing him, and
You tell me where the dragon is.
I don't know. Can Percy look around and see if he might have an idea of which way the Colium wizard dragon went?
Make a perception roll.
Chris? Yeah.
24.
You don't have a clear idea. Meanwhile, as Alistair has just found out,
Hi, guys.
we have Master Yaru and Sildren
And Shunka?
and Shunka have arrived in a chamber of ice and snow.
What?
I am showing
Yes.
this in the battle scene.
Oh.
Chamber of Ice and Snow.
Someone just drew some weird thing, but okay.
That's my
All right.
wind spell, just making sure we can acknowledge it. I'll change the color so we don't get it confused.
And let me draw that. There we go. All right. There is a column of that vertical column of ice and snow that's blasting by you. You guys are in this large chamber. Some of it's icy, so it is difficult terrain if you try to move on it. There is wind and snow blasting around a little bit as well. To your immediate right are two of the Colium soldiers. They have crafted swords of ice from their hands. Crackling swords appear. Ahead of you, maybe 50 feet's another one, and ahead left is a fourth one. Those, however, are not even the most interesting bits of this room. To the northwest is another one of those blue glowing Colium sparks you have run into several times before. To the northeast is a pedestal with a strange geometric sculpture upon it that is lightly frostily glowing. Not too far away from it is a sculpture of a creature's head that is lightly has some icy stuff glowing around it. And those are not the most interesting bits. To the north, at the far end of the chamber, is this Colium mage who sees you and is pointing an accusatory claw across the room at you. And he is not the most interesting bit. That honor goes to a sphere. It is about 4 feet in diameter. It is cold, bright cold ice that is rotating around magically a few feet off the ground and appears to be the full source of all of this cold and ice that's been blasting endlessly. And that is what you see. Some draconic is barked at you. Sildren, do you speak that language?
Yeah.
All right. It does not sound encouraging or supportive. I'll say that much.
Fall back, Master Yaru. We need our full force for this. And Sildren will get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yaru will definitely take that advice.
All right. We will roll initiative for those that we have in place right now.
And no. No.
Yeah.
All right. First up is the mage himself. Let's
Cool.
check. Can one of you check the distance between you guys and him for me while I look at his spells?
It's at least
115.
5 feet further than any spell he has.
115
That's fine.
to Yaru.
That's not fine. 115, you said?
Yes, exactly.
I doubt that it's that far. Why is that not coming up? That's no good. And what about that one? All right. A blast of colored lights emanates out and blasts at you guys. But in addition, creatures are inside the pattern. Boy, I cannot bring up the...
I had to refresh because I wasn't able to move. Click on the combat tracker, and now I'm back in the Nexus.
All right. Let me refresh myself, see if that helps us. He is casting a spell. Colors come blasting out and erupt around the three of you. I need all three of you to make willpower saves, please.
Yeah.
31 is your target.
31 is what Yaru rolled.
Ooh.
27 for Sildren, but I will use, because I rolled a 2, I'm going to use a hero point for that and re-roll, because certainly you can't get worse than a 2.
Can't get worse than a 2.
Uh, 40, which so,
All right.
and any success of
That's better.
Sildren's is a critical success.
Okay.
And
Shunka?
for Shunka, 30 total for Shunka.
All right. All three of you are dazzled for the moment as these colors are just lighting all around you. Pinks, blues, whites, all around you. You're partially blinded, so you are dazzled. And Shunka is blinded.
Even with the critical success, I'm dazzled.
Not you, Shunka.
Okay.
Shunka is blinded, but Shunka can still follow you by auditory direction, so that's not necessarily an issue for you. All right, that was his turn. Next up is Master Yaru. You are leaving.
I'm going to take Sildren's advice. We're going to get out of here.
All right. Then before Sildren can go, the one of the 1, 2, 3,
I'll take
the Colium soldiers spend several actions forming in their offhand a mini javelin of ice and tossing it at the remaining people that are there. That is Shunka and Sildren. One is coming at Sildren right now. Sildren, that is a 35 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. There's another one at Shunka. Oh, that's terrible. 23 to hit. And another one at Sildren, 31 to hit.
No.
All right, Sildren, you've been hit for only 20 points of bludgeoning and cold. 5 is cold, and I think you have some resistance to that, yes?
I do. I have
So-
20, I believe it was,
Nice. So 15 points of damage get through only.
which just takes away my temporary hit points.
Sweet. And then it is your turn, and you dive back in amongst the debris.
No, I just run forward. No, I'm kidding. Yes, and whistling for Shunka so that he's able to follow.
Shunka does follow. Done. Yes, Master Yara, can you remove your
got it.
thing? It's just visually odd for me to see. All right. You, all 8 of you, just a few moments later have gathered together. Some of you moist, wet, wounded, some confused, some alarmed, and you are all gathered together within the debris pile.
And why are you all injured?
Dragonkin, Colium guards,
Oh, you
Colium
found them.
mages,
We have found the
And
source.
looking at wounds.
the source.
Depending on how long we stay here.
We have found the source of this funnel of ice.
Ooh, let's go burn it!
Master Yaru blew our cover. They know we're here now.
How many are there?
5, 7, 10.
There are
5.
about 5, but I fear we are in over our heads. And he looks up at all of the lake above us.
Well, most of us can breathe underwater. It may be something.
Not anymore.
Is it not a good idea? Should we just go get them? Isn't that why we're here?
Why don't you lob a fireball in there to start?
Zano, we don't know what would happen if we destroy this.
But that's what we're here to do.
Is it? Do we decide it's a source of power?
I would hope some of the more magically inclined among us can decipher that.
Have you met us?
We at least have to go get the baddies, right?
This
Right.
is what the crystal was pointing at. It's very important for us to find this, wasn't it?
Yes.
I know we should, I just don't know if we should.
Nah, we should.
Let's do it!
I'm going. Let's go.
Okay.
You guys are charging in?
Yeah.
Lead with a fireball. Lead
Yes,
with a
I will start with a fireball!
Zano, we will be counting on your fire.
All right,
Right?
Xander, you need to be first then.
I will go first.
And you're going to. Yes?
I'd say while
Someone
he's
in
still
room?
in the passage before he gets into the room, just blind fire a fireball in there. That would be my
All right,
suggestion.
Xander, expend one.
I mean, it's up to
Xander. Want to do?
Xander, you tell us.
It became Call of Duty and we're doing round the corner shots. Is that what we're doing?
Real quick, range is if I can't see, how far down the hallway are we looking at? Are we in the hallway? I heard we're back in the rubble.
You're in the rubble. There's a small hole that they have come in and out of, and they're telling you there's a chamber beyond.
Perfect. Xander, instead of throwing a fireball, is actually going to grab a bead off of his necklace of fireballs and toss that.
You've had that so long.
So long! But I don't have to spend anything for this one. So I'm going to
You
grab the big
go
bead
ahead.
and chuck it.
You chuck it. There is a boom of flame, and what? You guys charging in then?
Yes!
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Plunging in.
Okay. All right. The group then
Battle
plunges in right after that
See
fire,
what's going
and
on.
I will bring everyone over to that.
Bombs away, bitches! As we're running in, Xander explains, that's kind of an inside joke. You guys don't remember him. There's this guy named Jix who used to throw bombs before we were going to attack. I wanted to do that in homage to him. I'll tell you about Jix sometime if we make it out alive.
All right, everyone should now see this battle map. The Colium soldiers have somewhat closed in. One was wounded and is patting out some flames upon him. So nice job, Xander. Your group files in, and we have another initiative, fresh initiative, that is going to be rolled right now. Rolling all. Rolling all. Re-rolling all. Reset initiative. Roll all. There we go.
Oh, could have Sildren done one thing before we went into that room?
Sure.
Good. Sildren says, with the speed of Keth and everyone, except for himself, has haste.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Sildren has the 7th level version now, currently, of haste, which can affect up to. Let's see. 6 creatures. So that's Shunka, Master Yaru, Palik, Piercy, Xander, and Bali. So no Yelena, and not himself, but he has pinch time, which he uses as well. So
Okay, and what does that mean? Some people don't know what haste means.
haste, you gain an extra action that can either be a strike or a stride.
Just a strike or a stride?
Correct.
Wow.
So, but that's
Oh,
one of your 4 actions, and
huge.
Yeah,
Full
minute.
massive. Some powerful spells being used. Then again,
for a minute.
then look at something like Piercy, who should have died twice already. Like a level 5 hero would have really struggled on those last 2 Piercy moments. So, all right, some strong heroes charge in. We have initiative, and first up is Palik. Once again, let me move the initiative over. Once again, we've got now in a wide arc semicircle in front of the group are 4 of these dragonkin soldiers. Far to the north is the guy, and the sphere to the far to the northwest is the Colium spark, and far to the northeast are these strange sculptures, and cutting through the room in the middle is this beam of cold and snow. Palik, you are up first. Piercy is in the middle of initiative, as you did not do after you before initiative was rolled for the first time in a long time. And Palik, go ahead.
Palik's going to run over on the far side of this Colium guard on the west side,
Gotcha.
and just gonna strike out
Get him!
for a 41.
41 is a hit. No, that is a critical hit.
Woo, nice!
Jesus. Oh my God.
77 points of damage.
Ow!
And if it didn't, it's gonna have some problems with some bleeding
All right.
in a little bit.
You just run by and slice massive cut in its side, maybe in its femoral artery as well, and blood just squirts out. Wow, great.
And
Just
and
Naruto run.
I'm picturing in Die Hard with a Vengeance with the like female badass character with the knife, and she just like circles around like
Yeah.
6 times, and just like slices the dude up.
and she's got an extra action, so she'll strike out again.
Oh.
Hastily
Yeah, with a 36.
is a hit.
Picked a bad day to come into work.
So 36, and then
Come to the end of the con. Stay for a while.
44 more points of damage.
44. That's about 120 roughly damage overall. Holy
Sick.
moly. With movement, badly injuring this creature, Palik is done. The Colium mage at the far end of the room is delaying his turn. Master Yaru, it is your turn.
I am going to. Master Yaru is just going to, like, still in his kind of wind stance, he's just going to calmly begin walking towards the northeast, towards the green glowing object.
And that is difficult terrain.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, then I'll just I'll cast Wind Jump while I do that. Then
I could hear the cockiness in your tone of voice.
Anytime it's there, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I have the wind stance and wind jump. So I'm just flying about 5 feet in the air or so. And as I pass these dragonkin with one of my actions, move, wind jump, is that technically 2 actions?
I don't know how many actions that is. Spellbook,
You gain a
wind
flash
jump. One action.
Okay, so
One
I
action.
will.
Cast time 1.
Doesn't include the movement that I make to do it.
You gain a fly speed, so it does not
Okay.
include.
Well, as I do, I have an extra movement anyway. So I'm going to move in, and as I get about here, 30 feet in, I'm just going to look over to the dragonkin to my right, and he's going to feel a swipe on the back of some wind on the back of his head as I do a wind crash unarmed strike, attempt a strike at him.
All right, your first ranged melee attack. So bizarrely interesting.
And a 33 to hit.
Connects. He was not expecting that either.
All right. That is 21 points of damage and a fortitude save, and 3 of that is fire.
Okay, that's important to know. And a fortitude save.
Of 31.
26, he failed.
That
What
is
did he fail?
stunned 1, thanks to my stunning fist.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. Extra damage there and stunned 1.
I might have an issue with my damage. I think I increased my damage on this last level up. I don't know if it's showing. I'll have to talk with you about that. But he stunned 1. That was 1. That was my third action. And I will move another 50 feet towards the object. Actually, I only moved 30 feet.
So where you're going to the
So
spark?
I'm going towards these objects in the northeast, the green and the skull
Oh, okay. So
object.
Oh,
I'm
so
going
Okay.
not the sphere that's got the
All right.
beam out of it. Okay.
not there directly, not yet. Yeah.
All right, then the Colium mage is going to not interrupt, but is going to come in after you in initiative and undelay his action. And he is weaves his magic claws in Yaru's direction as you've gotten close to him, and you feel your emotions starting to waver. Is this the right path? Maybe you should be waiting for your friends. Maybe you shouldn't even be here to begin with. I shouldn't even be here today. Make a willpower save 31, Yaru.
Okay. Incoming.
Not your
32.
forte. Oh, and he pulls it off. With a success, you are stunned 1.
Oh, okay. Not great.
So be glad you didn't fail.
I am, in fact. Let me go to my. Okay.
Done.
Scroll.
That's done. And he moved over to there. Done. All right, next up is Piercy.
Stunned 1. Does that mean I lose 1 action?
Yes.
Correct. But I have haste.
1 turn.
So
Yep. Piercy, your turn.
What are you gonna do?
Piercy.
The ice is. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah,
Now,
The ice is difficult terrain, correct?
correct.
Okay. So that's how far? 45. In 2 moves, I can get to this guy. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna attempt to tumble behind. So
I tumble through you. I tumble through.
it's gonna be -3 because I had added that circumstantial bonus.
In here, you're very
So
well.
40. Tumble behind 40.
Is a success.
Okay, and I have panache now.
Yes.
So got that, and this is my third move. I'm going to go ahead and use Venture, and we're going to strike.
Good luck.
5.
That'll do it. You got him.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to try it with a 5.
That
31
is
total.
a hit.
All right. Whew. And
Such a hefty fighter.
Oh, ouchies.
44 points of damage.
With some of that being fire.
Some of that is stand by.
Nice.
6 of that is fire.
Okay. Big damage dealt to that guy, and you badly hurt that one as well. And I think Piercy's done.
Yes.
Next, we
didn't that
have.
just take 3 of your actions.
It took me
No.
2 to get over there.
Then tumble behind's one, and then
Tumble behind counts as the end. to one
But
of
you
my
have
moves.
4 actions this turn.
Oh, because of haste.
Haste.
Damn it. Can I do
Dab
just a
him again.
regular attack?
You can do a regular attack and say, yeah, no, wait. What is the finisher?
A
How's
finisher
that?
has to be the finishing attack. I can't do any. Technically, I can't do any other attacks after a finisher.
Then you cannot. Anything else you want to do?
Shoot.
You're just standing there. Oh, I can go.
All right then. This is what I'll do. How far is this?
Can't hear you too well.
I'm going to
There you
tumble
go.
behind this guy.
All right.
Athletics. Again, it's -3.
Talk into your mic.
7.
All right. It is a critical success. You regain your panache, and this guy's going to be flat-footed on your next turn.
Yeah!
Xander.
Xander sees a Colium spark and immediately is drawn to it and casts Fireball!
Okay. A fireball is launched to the northwest, explodes around this Colium spark, and roll your damage.
He's casting a level 5 Fireball.
oh,
So many dice.
43
Wow.
points of fire!
Ooh.
Destroys the Colium spark. There is a loud explosion. And the spark erupts. It dies and explodes. It doesn't die, but it explodes, and it does a bunch of damage to the one you incidentally fireballed before you even entered the room. He takes 75 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then every single enemy on the board is knocked prone as the magic zaps them, as this is a connection that they have to this area, as the sparks are wont to do, and drop them all prone. That is massive. That's essentially a stun 1 to every enemy and 75 points of damage.
Yeah!
Does anything happen to the sphere in the middle that's projecting the ice or anything?
No change. Good question, though.
Xander casts Shield, pulling all sorts of ice up and around him, kind of putting himself in his glass case a little bit for his last move.
All right. Soldiers are next. The first soldier is next to Palik. He is badly hurt, but is going to attack you as soon as I can bring up his stats. There we go. He's going to do his Draconic Frenzy that we love so. Oh, son
He
of
has
a.
to stand up first, right?
All right, he stands up with his first action. His second action is to critically fail an attack against you.
Yeah.
Do you have any reaction to that, or is that Piercy? I get
That's
confused.
piercing.
All right. He critically fails, and he will strike a second time with a normal chance to hit, but he will be flat-footed to your first attack next turn.
Perfect.
Oops, I just rolled damage. I need to roll a strike. His second attack, oh my god, I'm rolling the wrong numbers. Flailing around with his sword, 26, I think is a miss.
No.
Shoot. Draconic Frenzy, make 2 and 1 tail strike, and then he gets a desperate tail strike as well with Draconic Frenzy. That is also a miss. Everything goes wrong for that poor fellow.
Well, it's
The-
going to get worse for him because he's
Is
going
it?
to take some bleeding damage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Only 9 points of bleeding damage.
Okay. 9. Got it. A little slow here. There we go. All right. Next guy goes. He is to the north. He is going to go charge straight. Oh, that's why it's not working. I'm in my light section. I
He's
need
gotta
to be in
stand
my
up.
bad guy section. He is going to stand up. He is going to, God darn it, he's going to stand up. I am in my guy. There we go. Second action is to fly over to Bali. And his last action only is to single attack you, Bali, with his Sword of Ice. Bali, that is a 40 to hit.
4-0 is a hit.
Not a critical.
Well, by all means, it should have been, but
That is only 21 points of damage, with 2 of that being cold.
right. So you said 21 for the damage?
With 2 of that being
Right.
cold, don't you have resistance at all?
I do. I'm
So
gonna
that
take
would be
that 2
19.
off, so 19 damage.
There you go. All right. God, that drop prone was huge to them. Next guy to go is to the northeast. He was wounded by Piercy. He runs.
He's also stunned 1 first before he
Dang.
fell prone.
So he's stunned 1.
He's prone.
Then he stands up. His third action is to fly after you, Yaru. He can't even catch up, though. That's how much actions he got screwed over. Wow. And there is one last Colium soldier who is next to Piercy. He will stand up and then do his Draconic Frenzy, getting his triple attacks on you, Piercy.
He's
First attack.
flat-footed.
That's only when you're attacking him. 30 to hit, 25 to hit, and 16 to hit. He misses, swings and swings and swings, and you're just this blur of Yosoki ratfolk goodness, and he misses. Bali, you're up.
Bali. I got that taken care of. Bali will cast his first ever, the ultra powerful, oh my god, ultra powerful Divine Lance, his first cantrip he's ever cast.
This is your first cantrip?
My first cantrip.
And first
All right.
offensive spell, I
First
think.
offensive
Like,
spell, yeah.
Does a critical miss? Is that minus 10 for my AC? Is that like is 10 less than my AC a critical miss?
No, we're not doing that for the attack. Only if they roll natural ones.
And Bali's looking to kill steal, so he's going to try and hit the bleeding one that Philippe is dealing with.
Okay.
And here we go. It's
What an ass.
roll against the AC,
All right.
and you'll have to forgive me. I've forgotten all. I never do.
I don't know how to attack things anymore.
I don't know. I forgot. I can do the damage. Well,
Pull
I'll
up
just
the
do the
spell
roll.
and
Here
then
we go.
roll and hit the attack button below it.
Yeah, expand the spell by clicking on its name,
Click on the
and
name
then
of the
there's
spell,
an
that's it.
attack button
There
at
it
the
is.
bottom.
Wee. A 26 to hit.
All right, you gloriously fail with your first ever attack.
To do that. The next one is to bring up his shield, which is in this icy cavern and whatnot. These stone pebbles seem to roll up and find their way, even pulling some from Xander and his elementalness, and kind of form this little crusty shield around Bali.
Whoa! How did you do that?
I have my ways.
And you have one more action, Bali.
Stonefather.
Oh, and that I do. I will punch him.
Okay. Cantrip punch.
He's feeling feisty. Let's see. Boom, boom, unarmed attack.
Oh my goodness.
A 21?
21, and that's with rolling an 18. Wow, you put everything behind that.
Think about that next time you talk shit, Bali.
He's got that.
I've got a heel right here.
He was stretching his legs.
Love
They
it.
don't go very far, but he stretches.
Divine defense. No, I'm thinking you've got to be. Are you not trained in that? I don't think you are yet because you're not the martial guy. That's probably why.
I do something wrong here? What I do?
Yep. What level? Divine Fortitude. I'm just double checking here. Proficiency in your deity's favored weapon. Yeah. You are literally untrained. Yeah, that's a big whiff. It hurts your shoulder socket. You hit nothing but air super hard. Sildren.
Sildren looks around at all the ice and every difficult terrain and is like, nah. And pulls a potion out of his pouch, pops it off, drinks it. His feet rise up off the ground, and he starts to fly forward. So I have
All right.
drank a potion of fly, which is 2 actions. Third action will put me. I'm actually gonna kind of not land, but be adjacent to
Heading to the east towards
Piercy.
Piercy.
And my fourth action will be to cast Guidance on Piercy, because that's a single action.
Oh,
You get a +1 status bonus to your next attack, perception, saving, or skill check. And then Shunka, who has 4 actions, is going to try to complete what Bali could not and kill steal Palik's
You
kill.
bastards.
And he's going to make his attack. Come on, dude. Natural 20!
Ooh, there we go.
I think this is the first time Shunka's
Yeah, he's hit, much less actually done anything worthwhile. 29 damage.
the creature is slain.
Nice.
Chunka kind of just
You son of a
looks up and gives a
Now
toothy
you
grin.
decide to do something.
Palik, you're up.
Palik is going to trot on over to the east.
See, that was the whole point of what Bali was doing.
Yeah.
He's like,
To the next-
by the way,
Yeah.
turn around.
to this next Colium guard, and she'll tap him on the shoulder with her sword.
All right, you're protecting Bali.
Yep, a 39.
Is a critical hit.
Nice.
+2 if you're flanking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my good.
64 points of damage.
Just cleaned this.
Not enough.
Nope, but it
Not
will
enough.
have
Is any of
some persistent damage. And she
It has
will.
1 hit point left.
She takes
Oh.
the button on her sword, and the lightning starts zapping.
Yeah, she'll strike again then.
Oh, okay.
No, 26.
26 is a miss.
Yep.
You got one more?
Okay.
I do not. It took me 2 to get. It took 2
Copy
movements to get there.
All right, Master Yaru.
Master Yaru, why does it keep giving me that thing? Feeling just all of the wind within 30 feet of him gives him a little bit of idea of who's in his presence. So feeling the dragonkin try to get close to him, he just smiles and sends out another attack just without even thinking about it. With a 19 on an attack, which is a natural 20, because I have a keen rune.
Yeah, Keen
Nice.
Rune.
Nice.
Expands your critical
Because I
range.
have a keen rune, so
Critical 20!
it's a critical. And that is 39 points of damage,
Some fire in there.
6 points of fire damage, and a fortitude saving throw.
All right,
I feel like
fortitude
Khalif wants to
save.
pet you on the head. Like, oh, that's nice.
31.
35. 35, you passed.
Okay, no problem there. He will continue on his way.
You have 3 actions remaining.
I was stunned 1, so I only have 2 actions.
Okay, that's right.
Only 2 of my 4. I will continue on my way here. So I'll move a little bit closer to the objects and look at the mage. And I'll say, "You do not understand who we are yet, but you will." And as he turns to the green object, another strike will come at the mage this time.
All right, I'll tell you 2 things before you make the roll.
Okay.
When you say that, he has this look of recognition on his face. This, oh. And then as you turn away from him and make a motion to strike, he calls out, "No!"
And he is prone still, because he has not had his turn since that thing.
That doesn't change anything I just said.
Right.
Yeah, but isn't he flat-footed then?
He's not being attacked. Yaru's attacking the sculpture.
I was going to attack him.
Oh, okay. Then he says, no.
Meh.
I turn to the object, but I attack him from behind. 31 to hit.
31. No.
Flat-footed 33, right? Because he's prone.
He is prone, so 33, right? Or is that
What is?
I don't know if that.
What? How?
He was prone because of the spark. I don't know if that means he's flat-footed.
Yeah.
We're entering new weird territory here.
I know anybody who's ever attacked me when I was prone got a damn advantage. So
But it depends on if it's ranged or not. You get
It's like coming
considered a
from
melee.
the ground, essentially. It's a propulsive. It's just an unarmed
Wind
strike. It
crash
just happens to be.
It's not. All right, hold on. This is a new rule concept here.
It's just a magic strike. It just happens to be from the air.
So you can unarmed strikes
Influencing the
as ranged strikes against targets. Okay. And then we need to figure out what the heck prone
I don't think it
means.
does anything versus range.
I don't think so. Or if anything, it might hinder. This is just new territory, Yaru, so we got to...
But they ignore all concealment and cover, if that matters.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think prone would be its own thing, though.
Prone. There it is. Prone. You are flat-footed and take a -2 penalty to two attack rolls. Okay.
There it is.
The move. You are crawl. You can take cover, which he's not doing. You can stand up. Take cover. If you're not prone, you are flat-footed. So that's what we're zooming in on. Flat-footed. You're distracted. You take a -2 penalty to AC. There is nothing at all about range, so everything applies.
Okay, 33 to hit, or 33
Is good. That's a hit.
Awesome. He will take damage from the wind that somehow possesses fire. It is a 19 points of damage. Of that, 5 is fire,
Okay,
and a fortitude save.
and the fortitude save. Let's see where his fort is at. He gets a 28.
He does not pass. He's stunned 1 again.
Prone? No, he's not prone. He is prone. He hasn't gone
He's
yet.
still prone, and he's stunned 1, and he's hurt, and I still have another action.
Nice.
I will move in towards the objects. I'm gonna go right here.
Behind the sculptures.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of look to him and look to both of them to see which he gestures to the most cautiously, I guess. If that
He
makes
just has a look of terror, not when you struck him from afar, but a look of terror about you by you being anywhere near those things. And it is his turn. His first turn is shaking his head to get it clear again. His second turn is to stand up.
That's it.
He has one action left.
Third turn is to do a quick cantrip and throw 3 ice shards far across the room.
How does he get 3 actions?
His first one was a stun that he
First
shaken
one,
off.
stun.
Yeah, second
one,
to stand up, and then
Third one is casting.
Third one cantrip.
but stun,
Cantrip.
and then he has 2 actions: one to stand up and one for the cantrip.
If you want to think of it this way, he just got up and he's doing a cantrip.
But the stunned 1 takes away one of his actions.
Right.
Right. So,
Yeah.
So he had 3.
Cantrip is only
So
cast 1.
stand up is 1. The cantrip is a single action because it's a cantrip, and that's his 2 actions.
Oh, okay.
some cantrips are 1, some are 2. This one's 1.
Okay.
All right. He got a hit, a critical hit, and a miss.
Hit, critical hit, miss. Okay.
I didn't tell you the targets, though. Palik, an ice shard goes flying past your head, misses you, and kills the Colium soldier between you and Bali. Sildren, an ice shard goes flying in your direction and almost hits the Colium soldier next to you. And Yaru, the Colium soldier that's been chasing after you, is struck by one of the shards from the mage and is killed.
What?
Okay.
As he strikes his own men with ice shards.
Can I say something? Can I say something to him?
Before you do, he will take a 4th bonus action and get back partially prone as he gets down on his knees and extends his hands into the air.
I think he's surrendering.
Explain yourself in the common tongue, creature. And Yari will teleport over to him. Actually, never mind. I'm going to stay where I am behind these objects. I'm going to stay right where I am. Never mind. Forget
Piercy,
that.
you want to do anything? Your turn.
But I do say that.
So the dude in front of me is still alive, though, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Piercy sees what's happening and is like, I'll help him out, and starts to attack. So I have Panache. He is flat-footed. Come on. Panache. There we go. And so we're gonna first attack.
35 is a hit.
Okay. And do some damage.
Said he recognized me.
17, and that is 1 fire.
Got it.
Second attack. 34.
Is a hit.
More damage.
Woo.
32, and 6 of that is fire.
Okay.
Third attack is going to be a finisher.
Oh. Hard to pull off.
Oh. It's a 22.
Is a miss. I believe you're doing your confident, whatever it's called.
I have a confident finisher.
So you do minimum damage.
Damage on that is 20.
20? Still not bad.
Minimum.
That's pretty fun.
Just precision. So.
All right.
And I
Tanner
have a fourth
fears
action.
his flaming sphere for things like that, and you're just like, well, I missed. I'm still gonna just cut you dead.
I have a fourth action, so since I just lost Panache with that finishing move, I'm going to
Hold that. He's going to burn his reaction to do retaliatory strike, and lashes out with his tail defense. Frick. Go ahead and make a 4th attack as he critically fumbles and gets a tail slowly right in front of your face. Get a free attack at no missed attack penalty bonus.
Nice.
Oh, so a normal?
Just an attack right now. This will be your 4th action, though.
Ah,
That thing rolled
35.
35 is a hit.
That's a hit.
And that's 18 more points of damage, and 1 of those is fire.
He is slain.
Nice.
Well, that was easy.
Too easy. It was too easy.
This is not over yet.
There are no combatants who are fighting, so you guys can start taking turns and whatever you want to do outside of normal order. It's totally up to you. But before you do that, we will take our break there, and we'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes. See you then.
Staying for the night on account of the plague? Why not have a seat at the fireplace, pour yourself a mug of ale, and have a listen to us, the Inglorious Bards, at twitch.tv/IngloriousBards.
And is it wrong for me to get a little turned on by how you're saying that? The Colium mage has his hands up and is kneeling on the ground. His soldiers lie dead around in this chamber.
Gather round him. Do not let him speak as freely as he would like. Explain your surrender, mage.
Why do you say mage so nasty? Just saying. I mean, he's meatball, but like
They do it about sorcerer. I thought it would be a nice little sting. You know?
I surrender. I have been told this would happen. I surrender. Spare my life.
Explain yourself. You have seen. I was just going to say, You have seen my presence before. Or one like me, have you not?
I was told about you, all of you. My men and I were slaughtered by a witch. Years ago, she killed all my men, but left me alive and said one day a band of men and women would walk through water to push back against the Queen of Jarvain. That surrendering was the only chance that Varen had at survival, as well as my own life. I am surrendering.
You care for the lives of the ordinary people of Varen instead of what
Cares
Charais...
for his life.
We shall see, children. What gave you such giving features? Why do you stand out amongst the Colium?
I am one of the painted mages. I've been given great honors and great suffering in this terrible place.
We have come across one of your kind before, but he did not seem to possess magical powers. He was guarding Vodak.
I do not want to be here anymore, and many of the Colium agree with me. The old life of Jarvain was much better now than this terrible quest. Charais is dead set upon the destruction or control over all Varen. I liked the old ways, the comfortable cold of the Jarvain Mountains. I do not want to be at war. I am not your enemy.
What are those? The statue and the sapphire-looking thing over there. What do those do?
Those bind this lake to my power.
And when they're destroyed, what then happens?
The crystalline sculpture pointing to the whitish, what you called sapphire due to the image, but a whitish, almost looks like a 3D chessboard from Star Trek. He points to that one. That holds together the ice that you walk upon.
And what is the purpose of all of this?
Yara steps away from it really quick.
What is the purpose of this jet?
It is all of the power of the Rift Sphere. I will tell you all that I know of the Rift Sphere and Charais' plan if you swear to me my freedom. And I will go far away from you so that I will not be killed, and far away from her so she does not exact vengeance upon me. For that you have my word.
Sildren kind of looks at everybody else and sort of like, you know, without him seeing necessarily, and sort of like nods that he's for that plan.
Yaru steps right up to him, now leaving the items open should he decide to go after them or trick us or whatever, you know, just showing him I'm going to trust him a little bit and approach him. Let us resume this conversation on the surface. We shall see how far your trust goes then.
Very well.
A moment, Master Yaru. I think traveling to the surface while we still have these artifacts in existence would be counterproductive, as I think we're going to have to destroy them at some point.
Can they be destroyed without us being inside?
Maybe we can take them with us.
Yes,
Everything goes up and out through this thing if we just put the statue inside the ice beam, shoot it out.
I'm not sure.
Yes,
that-
is it a water slide that we can use to quickly escape? Yes. Yaru just looks at him and is like, yes. What is the manner of our escape now? How do you assure our safety and our freedom from this dungeon?
Just as you spoke, you leave the way you came. I want nothing to do with that blasted warmth and unbearable heat out there, but I will brave it once again if I am to be set free. And
We mean to bring an end to this false weather.
Yes, the Rift Sphere, he says, pointing to the giant rotating ice ball.
These are things that benefit Char Ice, yes?
Yes, she revived old magic from the forgotten god, Mancilia. There was a war out in the Shimmering Sea long ago. Rift Spheres were used, and the great continent out in the sea was destroyed, and the Thousand Isles were what was left behind, as well as the Rift Spheres, and she is using the Rift Spheres to generate this cold. And with the cold, she is able to move about, and she gains strength, and the Colium army is able to move about more freely and gain
How to
strength.
destroy it then? And Bali is making a more aggressive posture and moving up to the rift sphere with a weapon drawn.
All right. He says, no, don't do that. It will create a bit of shards that will be most unpleasant to you for a bit, but the heat that it will emanate would be quite unpleasant for me.
So don't break it while you're here.
I can do this. And he starts to cast a spell upon it. He successfully casts the spell upon it. And
Reaction.
the sphere shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks to the size of a volleyball. And as he does so, the torrent of ice that's been jetting out fades away and disappears, and the room becomes less icy, less cold, and less loud.
How many rift spheres are there?
There are 3. I was put in charge of the one here for Iveron.
The other 2, where are they?
There is one that has been left at the creation in a fortress on an island in the Thousand Isles. The other is in Dakarth. But I've received word not too long ago that does not go well. There is an army there that is pushing back against the Coliums there.
Is this sphere dead? Bali is thinking of kicking it around and picking it up.
It is still rotating
You're
magically.
gonna play soccer with the sphere.
Well, he's thinking about it.
He's going to play snooker with the sphere.
Is the sphere, is it dead? I'm going to take it.
Elmon. Oh,
Too soon.
He says, there's a way to destroy the sphere in just the right spot, but I would not like to be near it.
No, take it. Bali
Tell
will
us how.
try to scoop it up and throw it into a sack.
All right, you do so. You have some sort of sack or backpack that is now bristling with a bulging coldness.
Tell me where to go to break this thing.
Giggity.
Yaru excuses himself a little bit from the party, just kind of walks away into a corner. It might seem odd, but he's doing something.
We're used to
Like
it with Master.
It's like he's got to go pee. There's a yellow spot that forms in the...
Starts kicking snow, covering up a puddle.
You don't take it anywhere. You just puncture it on this spot, and he points to the base of there's a that baby spot on the top of the head. It's on.
Just pushes in.
and you hold it for 7 seconds, and it reboots to factory settings.
And I'm going to destroy this thing unless you're going to stand and watch.
I don't want you to do that. Let me get miles away before you do that.
Yeah, I got to wait.
We
for you to go miles away.
Colium do not like the warmth it will generate. You might get singed. I would be burned.
He did give it to us. We can wait for that, right?
Then go, fly away,
Wait, where are you gonna go?
banish to the
Clearly, they'll
mountains
know
of
that you betrayed
Jarvain.
them.
That's where you will stay.
What? You both spoke.
Go ahead, Xander. Oh, wait.
Where are you gonna go? Hey, they'll
cannot-
know that you betrayed them.
Yeah, I cannot go back to Jarvain, and I cannot go east where the dead are fighting back, and I cannot go south for fear of the Red Dragon. Perhaps the mountains to the southeast.
Why you scared of the red dragon?
That is... there's a beast there to the south that is of quite some concern to my former queen. She believes that the Red Dragon would be a powerful ally, but there is bad blood between them, and also has quite some concerns that this dragon would turn against her. So I would not wish to be anywhere near that. If it would lash out against a dragon such as Char Ice, I can only imagine what it would do to me.
Well, it sounds like you can't go east, you can't go back north, and you can't go south. You could either go west to the islands, or you could stay with us and help us take down the rest of the spheres.
I cannot go west either. There's an attack that is being launched as we speak against the King's Wall, and my own Colium would see me for sure, and I cannot be seen with you. I imagine you will be getting into even more chaos and trouble, and I do not want to be caught in that. I will flee to the mountains to the southeast.
How many of your Colium feel as you do?
Only a handful, but the most independent handful, and those are the ones that are in some seats of positions.
Tell me this, dragon.
Generals.
What is your name?
My name is Hatrak.
If you wish to earn our trust and truly earn your own life, and I do not mean here and now, I mean a true life, for you and the dragonkin to live as the people of Varen wish to as well,
Say this prayer. Oh.
we need something from you, here and now. You swear to us that you will help. You and the blue painted dragonkin will help destroy Char Ice, find these rift spheres, and kill them all.
I cannot do that. I will be hunted down if I find any of my brethren find me. I must flee immediately. You can take all of the resources that have been given me. And he clanks a loud pouch with metal on the ground. You can take my teleportation quill. You can take my prayer beads. You can take everything. But I cannot do what you say. I must flee. I am dead if I am seen by you or anyone now. I must get out away from this battle.
Hey,
Then
Tom, the statue things, he shrunk both of them down.
No, just the
Negative.
sphere.
The sphere.
That was blasting the ice force.
Okay.
The statues are still there.
So you flee, you go to the southeast. That is the home of my kin. I cannot promise you safe passage, but you would be bound there. If you were found anywhere else, you would surely be destroyed. Does that suit you?
I do not like any of my options, but this witch predicted the future, and I've seen it come to pass with your arrival. I must think of myself, and if I must become alone, Colium, then that is what I must do.
We need
This is
you.
no small thing, so in the name of an Ashbeard clan, I would let you go. But it is not solely my decision. And Bali just starts examining the sphere.
If you
Okay.
cannot destroy the rift spheres yourself, then we ask you to gather those who can, or who are
You-
willing to try.
He is not listening. I cannot talk to anyone. I
You
am
get used
dead
to it
now.
after a while.
If you do not kill me, the soldiers will kill me. If the soldiers do not kill me, the mages will kill me. If the mages do not kill me, my own painted leaders will kill me. If they do not kill me, Char Ice will kill me. I must flee.
Then flee to one that we can trust.
Char says she's gonna kill everyone.
Pleek, you're muted.
Not just you.
Hot Chalk, you said there are others that feel the same as you.
Yes.
And you are scared to be. You can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere where there is anybody else. What can you lead us to these others? Tell us where they are and who they are. We can get information and help from them, and then we can send them to where you're going. So you won't have to live in solitude for long.
Ooh, make a diplomacy roll.
Okay. 35?
35. I can tell you the name Natar. General Natar. He leads a force of the Colium army not far from your city on the coast.
And he is like you. He does not truly wish to be at conflict with the people of Iveron.
We have spoken before this campaign began months and months ago about our displeasure, but we follow our orders. I have not talked to him since then.
There is a creature at the bottom of this lake, a kraken. What do you know of it?
It was here when we set up this containment. The sphere within this critical mass of water connects with magic, able to create all of this weather throughout this entire kingdom. With it now limited, pointing to Bali's backpack where the sphere has been, no, it's in his hands now, pointing to the sphere. The weather will die down dramatically. The Kraken was here at the depths of this lake when we arrived. That there, he points to the icy statue of a creature's head, keeps it away from our structure. And it is what has kept us alive.
And does anything else in this area other than that sphere that we now possess bring aid or further Char Ice's cause? What more can we do to hinder her?
I've told you everything I know. I have given you everything that I have. Now it is time for you to honor your word. Honor?
Sildren looks at everybody else and sort of nods.
Xander gives a
Yeah.
thumbs up.
All right. You
You're going to the southeast mountains. If we can get a hold of this General Natar, we will send him and anyone he trusts after you.
Ollie, you seem like you have ants in your pants. Is there?
It might be an interesting thing. Bali approaches Hot Trek. Is that his
Okay.
name? I
He
can't
rises to his feet.
guarantee you safe passage, but I may be able to leave a mark on you that would spare your life if you were going to where my kin were. You would still have to hide, but you might not suffer the most extreme circumstances. And Bali's willing to place upon him a permanent sigil
Okay.
of a clan marking that he would have. It's invisible to anyone else who's not really looking for it. And that's what I offer him. So it would sear upon him in some way if he allows it. And I let him go. That's a promise from the clan of Ashbeard in that regard.
All right. He takes the mark. It doesn't hurt, but you magically trace it upon him. He then looks over his shoulder several times as he heads for the exit and
Well,
scurries away.
you said you had a bag of stuff.
Yeah.
Right here. Throws the bag.
Yeah, we will take this stuff.
We'll take this.
I'm altering the deal.
He left his little pouch behind. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Yaru just gives him a "be careful on the mountain pass" as he leaves.
All right, and he disappears.
Let us be away from this place and destroy the sphere.
What about? Okay.
Destroy it right here. Oh, I gotta wait for a mile.
I think you need to wait until Hot Pocket gets
Yeah,
further
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Also,
wait.
let's be on the surface.
Yeah,
as
let's
well.
not do it here.
Oh, I don't have to do it here. Okay.
It's a long swim up.
What about the skull and the green object? Can we take those with us? Does that disrupt the Kraken's slumber or
It's
whatever?
up to you.
How big are they?
I would leave all alone.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 by 3 by 3 foot cube, roughly, of sculpture.
I would not choose to disturb those
No.
items. The Kraken remains where it is.
One belays the Kraken, the other keeps this fortress at bay, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah, one.
You
was it-
destroy one, you destroy the other, perhaps. If you lose the fortress, you lose the Kraken statue. Is that
I
your
almost got them
thinking?
both at the fireball.
Yes, I only wonder if we destroy the green, if we destroy the fortress, if we can do that on the surface or if we can do that in here is my question. Because why would we leave the fortress still standing?
How big are the statues? Are they as big as us?
No.
3 by 3 by 3.
Yes.
So yes, they're as big as me then.
Yeah. We're not moving them
Okay.
easily. Let's just leave them. Like, who cares?
I know if we destroy them here, we got to run to get out. I
It's-
know.
Yeah.
I understand.
Not only that, we're gonna.
That's
have
not what I'm suggesting. I'm just saying.
We're gonna have a
Can we move
Kraken
them?
hot on our ass too.
That's what I'm saying. I was just, can we move them? What's my question? So if not, then let's go.
Ever seen the countdown section of Metroid? That's
The
exactly
main
what we're
thing
going
that
to do.
benefits Char Ice here seems to be this rift sphere.
If
I
I
believe these items are just here to facilitate
Mhm.
her ability to control that rift sphere and the weather. The weather is what is benefiting her. With the rift
Better
sphere
get
gone,
flying fast. I'm
Yes.
getting antsy. He starts
Okay.
digging his finger into the.
let us go.
Danner's digging
Then,
through his
yeah.
bag while everyone's talking and just kind of like checking each of his wands and going through his scrolls. And it's not here. It's not here. Oh! I think I found it. The scroll of collective transportation. I can teleport targets to new positions within the area, so I can get them a little further away, and then everything needs to fit within that space. I don't think it's enough. Never mind.
no, Zana,
Yeah,
let's go.
Let them be.
Start dragging
Hat
Xander.
track is already gone. We're just
Yeah, Hat Trick is left.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's make our way then. I'm not too keen. Oh, and watch the walls. Those little bitey things. They might be back again.
All right. You guys head out and leave. You make your way down the corridors and are at this small chamber not too far away that has 4 cages with creatures inside. And walk right on past them, apparently, and then continue to the vertical shaft.
They have not proved to be very friendly, so.
And you are now at this boulder area that sticks out of the vertical shaft of magic in the lake with little mini floors of about a foot of water above you. How are you getting up?
By there's flies.
Sildren can get himself out. But that Shunka and some other concerns, but
Column of water is still shooting up, you said?
So
No.
it's a
The column is gone. That was
Column's
the
gone.
frozen ice thing that we turned off.
Turn the tap off. So we could technically leave out of a wall, right?
Easily.
It's just
And then-
doing some swimming.
Yeah, and then go up. Some of us can fly. Maybe a dragon form. Can you carry the rest of the people? Is that, or a bug form, or like a?
Potentially, I actually have a different spell in mind that
Okay.
might help a little bit more. I have a repulsion spell, so I can manifest
you're
an aura,
repulsive enough by yourself.
but it keeps everything away. It's not extra stinky, but anything that would try to attack it keeps away. And if we all huddle together, we could be inside my bubble and we could move up.
Also affects us, does it not?
Is it an actual bubble? Would it still require swimming?
Well, everything I do is an aura, so this is an energy aura as well. So it's an energy wave that goes out. It
And-
can go out to 40 feet. All creatures have to attempt a will save to get into my area. Otherwise, they just don't want to be near us.
And if we stuck together and swum our way out to the stone wall, that would not be too difficult, I believe.
I do have one concern. Sildren, step over here for half a second.
Sildren steps over with Palik.
Yelena on the way down here told me she can't swim. I don't want to point that out to embarrass her, but we have that concern to take care of.
Indeed.
Well, if you're worried about old Bolly, don't. I could take off and be right up top.
Can you fly too, Molly?
Yeah, I'm not licensed for it, but I can go.
As a stone priest, he sinks like a stone.
Yeah.
I'm better down than up. But I can fly.
I mean, of course, I
you
can
could
fly too.
strap her to Piercy's back.
That
I
does
got
not go
some
well.
rope right
Oh,
here.
no.
Bad choices. I could fly Yelena out, but I wouldn't be able to get everybody else.
And
Is she
Xander,
being
your,
protected up
your
there?
repulsion does not have any ally acceptance to it. All creatures.
All creatures. So it's really stinky then.
I can swim out and up.
Molly is having just side chat with you about the downsides to repulsion.
I can get myself out as well for Shunka. Probably take him as long as he holds on tight to my dragon form.
I can
Can
definitely
carry
do
him.
a dragon form, but I'm only large, so it'd be like one at a time.
Can you get Yelena out and up? I think like Piercy and I can swim.
Yeah.
Bali has a plan, and
I
the
can
rest of
fly.
you can fly.
So, Tom, dragon form, can we fit in and out of this tube, basically? And could we bring somebody with us when we're doing that?
You can fit, yes. It does not necessarily affect your bulk carrying or your strength, oddly enough. It gives you unarmed attacks and a athletics modifier, so you would be half speed.
Okay, but we could do it.
Yes. Duration 1 minute, though.
Xander, if you and I both took our forms and took turns, I believe we could get everybody out of here. Or
You really
most
just need
everybody.
one. Yeah, you just need one.
Except for Master Yaru, who can fly.
Let's go.
All right,
Okay.
stand back. Or don't. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's on.
So what are you doing?
Xander casts himself as a red dragon.
All right, a red dragon of large size, so 8-10 feet or so tall. Xander stretches out some wings, turns into a dragon, grabs onto gently the Yelena, the young sorceress, and flaps his wings in a narrow vertical shaft of water and flies up, piercing through a 1 foot ceiling of water, cascading water down as you fly up, piercing through another, and then up into daylight for the first time in a while, and then a light upon a wall of stone, I believe, right outside there. Didn't you create
Correct.
a little
Yeah,
bridge?
the bridge that,
Yeah.
that was left over the top.
And then once he's up, Soldrin turns into a large green dragon, and we'll first take Shunka out.
All right. After some time, you are able to get everyone out before your time expires. You have also noticed that the dome is no longer there. That protective, warm dome is gone. There is a snow that is now falling, but it is a very light and gentle snow that is falling.
Feels more natural.
And there is no giant, obviously, spout of cold that's firing off into the top of the dome anymore either.
But there's still that hole in the water.
There's still that hole in the water, correct.
Crazy.
Well,
And you guys are walking across the bridge and you're back on the beach. As you walk across the bridge, there's also strange, swarming black shapes that follow you underneath the bridge, but they leave you alone when you hit the beach.
So, point of order, that the hole in the water is where we were in that ice chamber, yeah? Is that accurate?
We were to the left of the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's
like-
a circle, so whatever. But
I don't know
Okay,
what
so
your question is.
what would be... Where does that hole go now?
where we were.
Nothing changed with the hole. Everything that
Oh,
you went
okay,
down
copy,
is the same
Copy.
as you
All
came
right,
up.
yep.
Bali, you ready to kill that thing?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
If you have some resistance to heat, that would be a good idea. And so I'm saying this as he's getting further and further away. Come, Yelena, let us stand over here a
I'm a
mile
dwarf.
away.
How bad could it be?
just in
Uh,
case, I can cast resist energy on you.
Okay.
And so Xander
Hit me.
will. He will cast a resist energy of fire. Is that,
Yeah.
is that the goal?
Sounds good.
Think so?
And because it spreads, I can cast it as a level 7 again. I'll just hit everybody with it.
Well, not everybody.
Not everybody.
No, you can leave Yaru out, as I said he was going into the corner down in the cave, but he'll actually do that now after the fact.
Well, hold on. What cave? You guys have already come all
No,
the way out
I know.
across the
So
bridge, now
when
you're
we
on
were
the
down
beach.
there, I said I'm going to go down to a corner by myself for a minute. Instead of doing it back then, I'm going to do that now, if that makes sense. Back on the surface, I'm going to go spend some time alone, even further away from where everybody
Are you
is.
trying to get focus
He's just
points
walking
back?
away.
You're just getting a focus point?
Okay.
No, he's just...
No, I'm getting
No.
even further away from the blast radius, but I'm also just getting some solitary time real quick.
Xander, who are you not casting that spell on? Let's do it that way.
Yeah,
Let's
good
speed
question.
things up.
Xander will not cast it on Yaru and on
I'll volunteer. Don't cast it
Talik.
on me.
himself because he's gonna fly. He's gonna He's gonna take off instead. So I'll be up in the air.
Okay.
Bali finds some distance away from everyone, not too far, but about 50 feet, let's say, and
Someone gets another 100 feet away.
Bali steps close, and
I'm faster.
ruptures this thing in some violent, appointed fashion.
You need to be able to pierce it.
I have a clan dagger.
That'll work. You get out your clan dagger and pierce the fontanelle of the sphere.
You had to look
And
it up.
as you, I did. I just did. You caught me. And you grab it and you stab it into this, and it almost has an egg-like softness as you pierce through. And then there's an eruption of ice shards. And Bali, you take 8 points of cold and piercing
8
damage.
points of cold and piercing. How much
Still
of
have
that is
resistance, yeah.
cold? Or is it 8 and 8 and it's total
Well,
of 16?
the cold, that resistance is long gone.
I have my natural rune, which is cold 10.
Oh, then a half. So
Four
4
points.
points. You only take 4. All right. Little shards hit you, and then a moment later, the thing explodes in almost a shockless wave of heat. You just feel this huge wave of heat emanate like you open the door to a house in Arizona in the summer from an air-conditioned opening, and boom, you're just hit. You open up the oven door and you are blasted. Everyone, keep in mind, those of you who do and do not have fire resistance, everyone takes damage within 1 mile of the rift sphere, and the damage is 105 fire damage.
Oh my god!
105.
Is there a save versus that?
There is no save. It
Is this-
wafts over everything.
Is this Varen's first nuclear bomb?
That is awesome.
Just do?
Plants and some small flowers and things immediately die and wilt. Other things just get blasted. The air around you, all that snow is immediately blasted out and away. The sky above is cleared and the clouds part, and it is an instant change to the environment as Bali is back to the future at his ass across the beach and into a tree.
It's not that bad. It's like home.
I'm not used to burning, and this sucks.
105 damage.
We probably should have let Hat Trick get a little bit more of a head start.
I kind of envisioned
I can just
we were
see
still in
the-
this dome thing, but
Yeah. And he's flying away, and the shockwaves just
Yes,
coming.
He's
It's
just like, son of a bitch, here it comes.
Dun, dun,
Those
dun,
bastards.
dun, 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 dun.
Little James Horner music
Yeah.
chasing him.
Bali blasted away, leveled. Is there any remnant of this sphere left?
No, there's just you with a dagger in your hand and a stunned look on your face and the cartoon blasted black hair.
Is
How's
every-
Irina?
Yes, is everyone all right?
Are you all right? You're at ground zero of that thing.
I'm fine. I don't need those teeth. Bali charges into the middle of everyone and starts casting his big area effect heals.
Xander, roll a 20-sided die
Okay,
twice.
twice. Rolling 2. One was a natural 20, the other one was just a 19.
Justin.
All right, Yelena does not die from the blast
Ooh.
and is barely conscious by the time Bali makes his way back over and starts casting some healing.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where everyone's at, but this is just the
Yeah, I can't seem to change my hit points
beginning
for some
part of
reason.
healing here.
I had to refresh.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Yeah.
have to refresh as well then, I guess.
What's your guys' plan?
To heal, number one.
Well, all right.
Keep
Well, that's
Yelena
that.
safe.
Have to
take a look at the items in the bag because Bali certainly pricked his ears when he heard the prayer beads.
Let's get out of the area immediately because this was bound to attract some attention to the woods.
Before any movement, in the ruckus of the scene from Avatar where everyone's waking from the carnage of the blast, Yaru hears ringing in his ears. He hears voices in his ears, thinking it's his friends. He hears a female voice calling out to him for some reason. Yaru, hello? Yaru. Cabal? Cabal, I need you. He's reaching out to Cabal, the Minotaur from the Thousand Isles, who gave a jewel to that he can connect to telepathically. So he's sobbing and throbbing on the ground, calling out to Cabal right now.
All right, Cabal answers. This is the Minotaur way over in the Thousand Isles.
Is it really you?
Yaru, what is this? I hear you.
The jewel I gave you. The coin. It allows me to speak to you in times of need. And I need you now. I need the people of the Thousand Isles. If you can believe it, we have joined forces with a dragonkin mage. He has told us of these wrist spheres. There are 3 of these on the whole of Varen. One of them, Kaban, is near you now. Tell me, is the weather changing there too?
Yes, the weather is cold and has turned sour for weeks and months now.
I think soon you will hear news of the weather changing back to normal here in Iveron, as we have just destroyed a rift sphere. If you can find the rift sphere, find the source of this energy, there will be a dome of snow and ice. Find a way to enter this dome. Destroy the rift sphere. These are the only way to take care of Jarice.
I will send out what ships we have to search for this dome and this sphere. I would not believe anyone saying they've made allies of the Colium, but you I believe.
I would not make allies with them in any other situation. I must leave you now, but if you hear anything, Gabon, my ears are open. And he kind of fades a little unconscious until Sildren, his voice wakes him back up.
Cool. Gain a hero point.
Oh, cool. Thanks. I will, and I join Sildren and the rest of the group.
Let us
The
be.
cindered mess that is.
Yeah. I know you
Let us
warned
heal
us.
what wounds we can quickly, and then be on our way to the woods and find what cover we can.
Everyone, don't forget to heal up 37 points.
Oh, thank you.
This,
And
I'm sure that
Sildren casts Pass Without a Trace as we start to head away from this area.
Okay. You guys head away and disappear into the forest. It takes a little bit of hiking before you are back into the thick snow on the ground that is outside of that warmth former dome area. And you can already see what was a clean division is now slush and sort of melting, and there's snow on one side but melting in water on the other. And you walk into a winter thick snow forest, but the snow that's falling is much, much lighter than when you first came in. You get a couple miles away from that whole pond and foresty area, and what do you guys want to do and or say?
I think this is a good first step. This is one of 3 that are left. Sounds like there's already a big fight happening over the other one. So now we just need to take care of one more, and we may be able to end this thing before it even begins. I'm really excited. Are you excited?
Beacon Charice's plans.
There is more going on here than meets the eyes, Anna. Even my student has been corrupted by Charice. Her reach goes far. And I feel it will be up to us to end that reach amongst our own people. Mine, Bolly's, and yours back home.
What do you say we do? We don't go back. We gotta keep going forward.
Sometimes the only way forward is back. Back home. Perhaps retracing our steps to each of our homes can provide more answers.
Why would we do that? We have like 2 more of these spheres to destroy.
Right.
I have just spoken with Kaban in the Thousand Isles and updated her on the situation of the Rift Spheres. Hopefully that will give us some advancement in that search.
How did you do
We
that?
know where the other Rift Sphere is. We were close to it.
Will you tell
It's
us?
on that island.
Don't you remember?
We're
Legionor.
yeah.
Major Nor's Island. Okay.
And then there's one up to like the northeast.
Okay, yeah. Yaru will go back into either his mind or he can just have done it then and just told her specifically where it is.
He sends a quick text.
Oh, quick update. We know where it is now.
Just checked my Google real quick. I found it. I had it bookmarked.
Back, some
Sounds
charges
like it could
will
have been
apply.
an email.
Yeah. Also, milk, some chicken, and some M&Ms too. Don't forget those. And love ya.
Don't forget to destroy the wrist sphere.
Pick up a wrist here for me, maybe.
All right, that message is passed on, and
Okay.
I won't take that hero point back. All right, continue on.
It's a Palik, I guess. Shit. If Charice is corrupting even the monks in my temple, then her reach is more powerful than we dare go up against now.
We need to take these other spheres out.
I agree. Anything to slow her down. Take away her power, her will. And then there's the issue of the red dragon shale.
Who may not be an ally, but who may also be an enemy of Charice.
Yes. So discontent, chaos. Nothing unusual for the dragons that I know.
How many dragons do you know?
2 now, which is too many.
I thought you were the great slayer of dragons.
I don't
You only
slay
know
them.
2?
I know a few, but I don't
Oh.
slay them.
Well, you slayed
You're a
one.
dragon friend now?
I would slay them if I could, but Stonefather has me doing other things on his behalf.
So on to Dakareth, then?
Dakareth? Why are we going to the Dakareth?
Well, there's a sphere there.
This wrist sphere thing, guys. I mean, we go now I'm not the one who's lost anymore.
I have to check where Dakareth is. I don't have my map.
I think going to Dakareth's a bad idea.
Oh,
Can I say that?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you can.
why
And
do you
you're
th-
right.
But why?
She's
Why do you?
right.
I'm not saying she's not, but why do you think that? You're part of this group. You don't need to be
he's-
scared to say things. The rest of them say
He
stupid
said-
stuff all the time.
Well, that's true. He said that dragon guy said that there was a losing fight going on over there in Dakareth already.
Did he not say it was against the Colium that are losing?
Yes, but it's because of the dead. It was the battle against the
Yeah.
dead.
yes, this
And
is
they
the...
were, the Colium were being defeated by Scorchanar, as it were.
Not a
So
fight I'd want to get in the middle of. My people
Right.
are also fighting against the dead in that area.
Is this sphere going to be better in Scourgenar's hands?
Probably not. But if Scorchanar is there, or his agents are working there, that perhaps is where we should go.
Well, I don't like dragons, and I don't unlike dead. And
in order of don't like, I
You
don't
guys sound
like the
like
undead first, and then I don't like dragons. And God help us all if we find an undead dragon. That would be very bad.
I agree with that. I think we should head back to Maginors. We already know how to navigate it. We know what's in there. We know how to get to it. And I'm pretty confident that Sure Ice wouldn't be there again. Maybe.
We're closer to Dakara, though.
And
Well, if we're going there, I'm rearranging my spell list, that's for sure.
and our friend Hattrick did mention the general just to the west of us, who we may be able to, who's assaulting.
That's another thing. They're going after the city.
Yep, and we could disrupt that as well, which may be an important part of this whole thing.
Oh, man.
We're fairly close to that Varric, right? Oh well.
Kind of, sort of. I think it
Like,
took us like
dead in the middle.
5 days to get where we're at. But that was with inclement weather, so it might be quicker.
Yeah.
He also said that there was an attack being made right now, and we might get caught in the middle of that if we head back to the city.
Oh, he's right, the one on the wall. That's why he said he couldn't go west.
There's no place safe for us.
Well, we're not dragonkin, so it might be a little safe for us.
It's our job to make it safe for everyone else.
I like that.
It's not used
And
to
less undead, I'd be happy with too. I'm for going to the Dakara. Join my stonekin. We beat down the undead. We fight back the white dragons. It's hero work.
Can we do hero work up at Maginors?
Well, why
Ollie's
don't we?
not laughing.
We can, but you want to go all the way over there? We're gonna have to come back to Dakarth, right? We're gonna have to take care of both of these spheres. Correct, Xander?
Yes, that's true.
So we're closer to one, which is gonna put us further away from the other.
And we have someone going to the other one.
All right.
I don't mean,
Doc,
They may not be a sorcerer.
yeah, I don't know who else besides us are, are gonna be able to take care of this. Like that blast would have killed.
All right.
If only we had a faster way to travel.
Well, that's true.
Or looks down at Xander.
Do we, Xander? Remember that book in that you traveled through back in the Nexus?
yes.
Hey, what's the Nexus? I've never heard of this.
Do we know where the Nexus point in the north is?
Yeah, well, I know of one. But yes, there might be one closer. I might need to see if the key can direct us to anything close. Xander will retrieve his Nexus key
Okay.
out of his bag, and he'd like to focus to see if there's a way that he can determine if another Nexus point is nearby.
Make a Arcana roll of 40.
Well, good luck. Good luck.
Wow, that's a big roll. Let's see what I can do. Skills, Arcana. Yeah. It's not quite there. That's a 31. So I'm going to use a hero point.
You can do it.
Good luck. Good luck.
Focus!
Oh,
Natural one!
balls.
That means chaos magic, doesn't it?
It should. We haven't done chaos magic in a long
It's
time.
my first one since we first came up with that.
Where is our chaos magic? There it is. Chaos magic.
Now,
2.
you've been
3.
benefiting from the chaos magic by having your powers boosted, right?
Couple times.
Okay, so
not
this
always
is
that
just the
good.
downside of that blessing.
Okay, I rolled 3 and I picked the one most interesting to me. As Xander really focuses on the key, you hear a popping sound around Xander. And then you see Xander slowly float up into the air.
Ah!
Oh God, we've seen this before.
He is tumbling gently up and up
in
and
a
up.
different season.
Yar's gonna throw a rope up,
All right.
get it out of his bag, and throw it up.
Xander, you grab onto the rope and are now a gnome balloon.
I can't come down.
Tie that around your waist.
Is that
he
what
kinda-
he meant
is he
to
kinda
cast?
puffed
I
up
don't
too?
know.
What's that?
Is he kind of puffed up too?
He's puffed up a little bit, yeah. And then there's like some great morning show Sunday host talking about it. And here we have Xander coming on the Thanksgiving float. Look at the kids laughing.
Yeah, Yaru ties it to Yelena. Here you go, little girl.
Oh
Keep
my
him
gosh! Oh my
safe.
gosh! Oh my gosh!
Xander Day Parade.
I can't find the Nexus point up here.
Children will cast a level 7 Dispel Magic.
Okay.
I have a clan dagger too. I can.
Look, you've done enough with that today.
No, okay.
Make a spell attack roll, and you need a 40 or higher.
Even my level 7?
The level 7 affects its level, but you have to go against its initial DC.
Okay. How do I roll just a spell DC thing?
Just make any spell
Just
attack.
make a spell attack. Yeah.
Ooh, 41.
Woo!
Woo! And Sildren
Quit screwing
casts
around, Xander.
a cancel. Xander, you come crashing down. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and Sildren has removed a nullifying gravity, reverse gravity effect on you that was going to last 2 weeks.
Oh my
Oh
gosh!
my goodness. That would have made for some fun episodes.
Can I take it back?
Love
Let me use a hero point and re-roll that.
Oh, thank you. That could have been really bad. All right, let me try this again.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I can do that twice. That
No,
would
you
be
can't do it twice.
having crazy pants. Yeah.
No, you can't
No, I
do it
can't.
twice.
It's-
You failed.
I'm all pooped out.
Sorry, Xander.
Can I attempt to do the same?
You cannot. You do not have a special connection with the Nexus that Xander does, as
Fair
he is
enough.
the Nexus Key Master.
Bye, guys.
I don't mean to be intrusive, but I heard something about some prayer beads. I'd like to look at those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look at our loot.
Not that I don't feel bad about the keys and this Nexus thing you keep bringing up, but
Well, the Nexus thing is important.
We need
Ollie.
that for Yaru's screen,
I know,
Chris's
dude, I'm
cattail.
I'm so jealous.
They have special plugs you can do that for. Anyways,
What do you think it is, Tom?
how big is it?
it's articulated.
Ollie, you open up the bag and get out some prayer beads, and Yaru immediately identifies them for you as being prayer beads in honor of the Queen of Jarvain, aka Char Ice. They have no magical effect, but they have certain pseudo-religious and definitely political value to certain Colium.
Interesting.
Also in there is a piece of paper, there is a quill, no ink, and there are 2 pieces of metal, and that is it.
He said something about a teleportation quill.
Must be what this is.
Xander, you want to take a first crack at all of these things?
I'll take a look.
Xander takes a look while slowly tying a rope around his waist.
Just in case.
Xander, make
Take me
an
first.
I'm going to let you make an Arcana roll. This has a possible special connection to you. You get to make this identification roll. Arcana,
Ooh, okay,
please.
here we go.
Wally is going about and doing healing as he
Okay.
goes, medicine on everyone.
33.
With a 33, you are able to see that Hatrak has been given or found or something this teleportation quill and has been trying to use it on this piece of paper, trying to create some sort of teleportation scroll. You, after just a few moments, you have quick identification, don't you?
Yes.
You very quickly discern that it is not designed for this at all, and he was doomed to failure. It's not designed for paper. What you have found, where is it at? There it is something you quickly identify as a Nexus quill.
That might be a game changer.
And this Nexus quill, when infused from a powerful source of magic, the Nexus quill can be used to create Nexus runes in a circle on the ground or around an object. This process takes 12 hours to create, and the crafter must have a Nexus key of any type in his possession during all 12 hours. Upon the successful crafting, the runes can be used by anyone with a similar Nexus key to teleport to the Nexus and back. You're creating a permanent Nexus point. A nearly blank book will automatically be created in the Nexus when the runes are created. However, this is a unfinished book, so using it to go back to where these runes are takes a longer 1 hour teleportation time. But if you spend several hours and several days in the Nexus writing, you can flesh out that book to make it near instantaneous like the other books currently are. The status of this Nexus quill is currently infused, so it can be used one time.
This is the most valuable thing I think I have encountered on our entire journey. You guys!
And then Percy grabs it and sticks it in his hat.
They don't go there, Xander. They're prayer beads. Less valuable, I know.
Wow, and you said it's infused, so it has a charge?
It has one charge in it.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
That's awesome.
Do I, based on the information you just, to fill the book so it can be used further, you said it needs to be written in, does it just need to have general descriptions of the area that it's from, or where does the writing come from? Do I need to know that information?
No, the writing comes from the magic of the book. You are both creating the book, and the book is also partially feeding the information to you. You sort of become a temporary expert in the magical and physical space around that, and it starts to flow. And the more days you put into it, the shorter that time becomes, from 1 hour. And if you spend several days over time, it can be instantaneous, going outbound.
If I recall, above the lake, there's an outcropping. There's a high wall area, and you said there's like an outcropping of stone right above that?
Yes.
With this quill, I can create a nexus point, like I was just trying to do with the key, but this really can actually make one for real. And I can keep it in a permanent spot so we would always know how to get back to this lake and this location. And more importantly, it could take us back to the nexus point so we could travel to another point.
Like Decadith.
That's pretty
Perhaps.
great.
Yes.
Or the Thousand Isles.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of practice, but I could start it if this is something you guys want to do.
Well, yes, of course.
Did
But what about this other stuff? What does this metal do?
Too late, running away.
I love you, Seth. I love you so much.
This metal is
Yeah, that's great. But here, take this.
It's limitation. Got it. Yeah, God power. Sure, whatever.
This metal is something you've seen before. It is a trade bar, which is worth 1,000 coins. However, this one's a little different. It is a platinum trade bar worth 1,000 platinum, which is 10,000 gold equivalency in Varen math. And the second one is a second copy. It is 2 platinum trade bars.
Wow.
The
Whoa!
largest amount of coins value you have ever seen.
That's 2,000.
And if we ever
And we
had
have
any
the-
downtime, we would actually be able to sell it. Oh man, if we find what's his face's place again?
Hires?
I want the shop.
So Zaner, back to your quill. Where do you want to? You can like. What do you have to do to get us back to the Nexus?
And didn't Idrisil also say he used to live somewhere around here?
Yes, he
Yes,
just
he did. He did, yes.
This is the forest that he's from, I believe.
So that would be another potential place to use as a connection.
What if we went back to your little druid hut, your little druid cave, and used it there?
That
It's
as
like
well.
6 days away.
No, it's not.
Was
that was in
6
bad
days away?
weather. In bad weather. This is
A
normally
couple days.
3-day journey.
Because you said it takes a while, right? We can't
Yes.
be out in this shit for a long time.
How about the Tower of Scourgenar?
No. Hard,
Twisted son of a bitch.
hard pass?
Really
Be a bad
backfire.
idea. What do you think, Xander?
I think those are good options. And if the Druid Cave is a permanent location that we can just find out every time, that'd be a neat place to rest. The idea of being part of Idrisil's original village would be neat if we're welcome there. It'd be terrible if it's hostile to us. This is a landmark location. It is a lake with a kraken in it and a giant hole. This is an easy place to trace and come back to, though I don't know how connected it is to other places. But it's certainly a neat place.
What about that little shitbag gnome we found earlier today?
He's
Where does
probably
he
dead
live?
by now.
Well, yeah, who cares? But he probably has a
105
place,
hit
right?
points.
I'm. Let's. I mean, it is at the end of the day. It's up to Xander, and as long as Char Ice doesn't come to investigate while he's preparing. then
What do
we'll
you
be
guys
fine.
think?
That's
If only
why
we
we
had
go
a
to
magical yurt that couldn't be seen from the outside.
Well, that's
Um,
why the Druid Cave, right? We're super safe there.
I think Xander's concern is that without Sildren, we may not be able to get in.
Also, Sildren, it is a real place without a real entrance.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say here is a good place.
Okay.
Xander's gonna start then. He heads up to the stone outcropping, obviously finding the most stable part of the area that looks like it will last for as long as it ever could, and starts working with the quill and drawing runes.
And Sildren will start creating like camouflage to help, like in case there's an aerial flyover or something
Okay.
of our spot, that
Yeah,
it would
German
be very
spot planes.
hard
Yeah.
to
Philippe
see and find us.
will help you with that.
Yeah, and he's also going to keep pass without a trace up as well.
So we have Xander kneeling on top of this precipice on his hands and knees, very carefully creating runes that are so small that they are runes that make up larger runes that are bluish and magical, that are permanently being placed upon this rock. You are permanently marking Varen forever. That is overhanging the endless pond that is swarming with nasty black biting creatures, that has a strange icy fortress thing underneath inside of it that has a strange kraken underneath that. And that is where Xander is creating this just very carefully. A little debris and foliage is being placed over the top, and as night starts to descend, as Xander is writing all these runes, we will stop there for tonight. So, a very interesting way to end up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week.
Me either.